We are live. Hello, everyone. This is the Terminator with Fitness King from Atlanta, Georgia. I just started recording, Chris, at 7 p.m. Let me see. I don't know. Hopefully, we don't have no delays like last time. We close all of these windows. Just have this thing open up. Okay. So, right, because last time it froze up and it kept stopping. I may have to move because I am. Can you see me?
I can see. I mean, it's dark in there, but I can see you.
Okay. You know when you got a good seat in the house. Wow. I think I'll go ahead and move to that seat really, really fast. I'm going to go off camera and come right back, okay? But you can go ahead and start talking.
Okay.
All right? Okay, I'll be right back because I want to have the best quality as possible. But I don't know if I move over there, if it'll give me more light than that. Anyway, I'm gonna go off camera and I'll be right back. But then it'll start recording.
Yeah, it will. Do you have to go off camera to move?
No, I just I'll be moving around. No.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I can still walk with you. Gotta turn my this might work. Is that better? Okay. Alrighty.
It's better.
I guess that's better. I do like that.
Second.
Okay.
Huh?
Make sure my afro kind of easy. Yeah, Secretariat. So, would you like for me to explain it? Being that I saw the movie? Okay. Guys, the reason why we call this show Secretariat is because for any of those who have not seen the movie, I'm going to explain a little bit about it. Secretariat was an amazing racehorse owned by a lady named Penny. I forgot Penny's last name. But I love this movie because when Secretariat was born, as soon as he came out of his mother's womb, he hopped right up. And for that was highly unusual, because just like babies, we can't walk. And just like horses, some of them take a little while to get up and they're wobbly, but he jumped right on up. And so at that moment, his horse trainer knew that he was a champion. It was something different about him. And so throughout the movie, he just showed that he was a magnificent horse. He was big. He just had a bunch of personality. And as the movie went on, everyone knew that he was just different. It was just different. It was just something peculiar about this horse. He won the Triple Crown in 1973. And so I like that year because that's the same year I was born, 1973. And so at the end of the movie, they just knew this horse was going to kill itself because he was running at an amazing speed. And he won by 31 lengths. Whatever that means in horse racing, that meant that right there was an event that will probably never happen ever again. And so come to find out, when they did the autopsy on that horse, his heart was almost 3 times the size of a regular horse's heart. And that is why he was able to be as strong as he was. And so when I was talking to my co-host, the Fitness King, I was just thinking about Secretariat's birth, and then I was thinking about my birth. You know, I was born different. And what I mean by this is I came a month early. And what happened was I came out before the placenta. Whatever women know what that means. The placenta holds the baby inside the mother's womb. That's how we breathe. That was out before me. So the doctors just knew that I was going to be severely mentally retarded, had some type of, retardation in, somewhere. And someone would have to take care of me for the rest of my life. But that didn't happen. And that's why I started thinking about that. Some may look at you and say, you're something different about you. You're peculiar. We just have a different type of being. Mm-hmm. And it's because we were born a champion. So hence the show, The Birth of a Champion. And so that's why I wanted to talk to everyone tonight, along with my co-host, the Fitness King, Chris Henry out of Atlanta, to let everybody know that's watching us tonight, you were born a champion. And it's time for you to start running your race. So that's the synopsis of the movie. And so I'm going to turn it over to my co-host.
At times, we are told that we can't do anything. And naturally, we are born for success anyway. You know what I mean? Regardless of our physical attributes, where we come from, we are born to succeed. So this movie, this horse was different. He was cut from a different cloth, and his heart was like 2 or 3 times bigger than the rest of the horses. And he would honestly, he had like almost a human type spirit, because people would say how he looked at people up and down almost in a confident, arrogant type way when people would take pictures of him or whatever, and he would like almost showboat, like almost like a real person. But he did things that no horse has ever did, ever. You know what I mean? So, Secretariat is this motivation that we all can do something. You know what I mean? And everybody sometimes get discouraged in life when people say you can't do anything. People say that why you doing certain things, why you want to be an entrepreneur, why you want to own your own business, why you don't want to work for nobody. You know what I mean? So this show is about helping you succeed, helping you go to the next level mentally wise. You know what I'm saying? To change your mindset of who you are as a person. You know what I mean? Sometimes we have to change the people around us in order to focus on who we are. Sometimes family and friends can hinder us, or relationships can hinder us on of us being who we born to be. You know what I mean? So it happened every day. We just can't stay stagnant and not believe in ourselves and let life pass us by. So Secretariat, this is a great. I saw the documentary. I haven't seen the movie, but this is a great movie. I mean, a great documentary. So this is, The Birth of a Champion. And I just say it takes work to honestly be who God intended us to be. I don't think we are here just to clock in for a regular job. You know what I mean? A 9 to 5, making, just to make ends meet and making other people, happy, whatever. But we have to go ahead and do what we have to do for ourselves, and that's about it. You know what I mean? So, this is the time to really get your mind right and just focus in a champion type mindset. Change your very mindset on how you think and how you feel about things. You know what I'm saying? Negative words come out your mouth can determine a lot. It can determine your life. Negativity. I can't. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can afford it. I don't know if this is right for me. I don't know if my, husband or my family would approve of what I'm doing. You do stuff because you want to do it within reason. You know what I mean? So, always just be always never live for nobody else but yourself first. 'Cause sometimes people get married and they live for their family, their kids, and by the time before they know it, they 45, 50, 55 years old, and they never did anything they wanted to do out of life. Which, in all hindsight, they can really you can really raise your children and be a wife or be a husband and still focus and work on your goal, on your dream as well. You know, and don't let time pass you by. You know, like I said, the words that come out of my mouth is we underestimate words. You know what I mean? We underestimate thoughts. Thoughts. It was a survey. There was this guy talking on Periscope saying that I think his name was Scott Williams. He said that the human being mind go through about 70,000 thoughts a day. People like that, you know, it used to be 7,000. Now it's like up to 70,000 thoughts a day. That's a lot of thoughts. A lot of those thoughts can be it's negative. It's negative thoughts over and over and over and over and over again. I know yesterday I went to train my client. I'm a personal trainer. And my client they have a family property. They have like a lake on the property. And we went, and it's a track around the property. And in that time, in that area I was at with the lake and walking around this track around the lake, you know, it's funny how your mindset is different when you're away from civilization, away from a lot of just ongoing traffic or people. Your mind changes. But once you get back into the rat race, your mind going 100 miles per hour. You're thinking of too much stuff. You're not even focusing on the right things. So becoming a champion, it takes first your mind to change, you know, and to continue to be a champion, you have to work on it every day and make a habit of doing stuff, habit of working. You know, if you're an author, you write your book, right? If you don't have to write every day, but make sure you write and you complete something every week or whatever. And if you're an entrepreneur, just work on what you're trying to do, what kind of blueprint you're trying to work out. You know, you want to own your own hair salon, you want to own your own law firm, whatever, doctor's office. You want to be an actor, you want to be this and that. You just have to work on it every day and just find out what you can do to become that person you really want to do. I mean, that thing you really want to do. So it takes work. It takes commitment. It takes, like I said, just motivation. You know what I'm saying? My life coach is going to have an interview with her around 8. She's in traffic right now in D.C., but she talks about motivation, the things she's been through when she was growing up. You know, she's going to tell people, you know, what made her who she is today. That's Tracy Williams, which is my life coach. So, you know, being a champion, people, you have to see this. You have to see this documentary first. The documentary is on YouTube, Secretariat, and the movie, you have to buy the movie. It was free on YouTube, but now you can't. It's not free anymore. I mean, it's like $2.99, but you know, to rent, I think it's like $9.99 to buy, whatever. But movies like this really, you know, it says a lot. You know what I mean? It says a lot. So no matter who you are, no matter where you've been, it don't matter where you come from. You can honestly be homeless. People have been homeless, literally homeless, and they, you know, change their mindset and they refuse to give up. You know what I mean? So, you know, Tyler Perry was homeless. I don't know how long Tyler Perry was homeless, but he was homeless for a while. You know what I mean? So, but he never gave up. Now he's one of the biggest money-making Hollywood directors today. And, you know, so yeah, just becoming a champion. You know, change your mindset. You know, knowing that anyone and to change your mindset, you have to change your surroundings too, and you have to change what you put in your mind and what you watch on television, you know. Now, you have television shows that's okay to watch. It's entertainment. You worked all day, you know, it's fun. But the mind is very fragile. And certain things that enter our minds can really, it can really somewhat make us think differently as far as who we are as a person. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta watch what we watch. We gotta be careful on what we watch on TV. first of all. And like I said, if you have people that's negative in your life, if you have people whose friends or family that's not, they don't get you, like you've been knowing them for like 30 or 40 years, they don't get you, you know, you have to let people go, you know, people. And then the conversation, you know how, we know it's different when people, when you go around people, let's say you go to a cookout, you go to a birthday party, and people talk about the same thing over and over and over again. It's like, you know, it's tiring really when you keep hearing it, you know, over and over and over again. It's like, and with me, I used to go to my reunion, and people used to always ask me about personal training. And I get it, you know what I mean? I'm a trainer, but that's, Chris Henry is more than just a trainer. You know what I mean? Like almost like that's all they had to relate to talk about was me being a trainer. They wasn't gonna work out anyway. Well, most of them wasn't, but you know, it was other things I did besides personal training. You know what I mean? So, you know, people, you might hurt people's feelings when you stop hanging out with them. You might hurt people's feelings when you stop answering their calls. But if nobody honestly have your best interests at heart, do not let them in your inner circle anymore. You know, it's too much time wasted allowing people in our lives that's not even worthy of being in our lives. You know what I mean? So we just have to keep on pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. You know, I mean, being an author, you know, I haven't sold a lot of books, but I'm gonna keep writing. I'm gonna keep doing my books. You know what I mean? I'm gonna find ways to sell these books. Like Tamika was saying today, of being a bestseller, of selling millions of copies and stuff like that. You know, people, they I think my old manager, I brought him my book, and he was like, he said something smart about my book, whatever. I don't want to say what he said, but he said something smart about it. I never told Tamika this, but he was like, yeah, I read your book, but I didn't get it. I didn't get what it was about, blase, you know. I gave it to my wife, and she didn't get it either, you know. I'm not saying he was a cornball, but he was like, you know, it was I have a comedy book I'll call Out of Work. I worked with this guy for almost 2 years. And I gave him, you know, I signed my book, but he was like kind of negative about my book. He said, why don't you just give it away? He said, why don't you just give it away for free? He said, that's what I did. I gave my books away for free. We see, he's a personal trainer. We see this, and he always told me, he said, Chris, you smart. He said, all I can do is be a personal trainer. I can't do anything else. And he's right, almost. Because I refuse just to be a personal trainer. That's who I am as a trainer, working out, taking care of my body, helping people get in shape. But I'm more than that. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't a blow that he said that to me, but the way he said it, and when he put his wife with it as well, right. I knew what I was dealing with comes to people and their mindset and their negativity. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I just encourage people to keep doing. Never, you can have so many people saying certain things about you, and you can have a lot of people saying good things about you. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, right. You keep pushing regardless of it's going to be positive, negative. You know, but just become a champion and never look back. Never look back. This horse right here was like, they said it was a perfect horse, Secretariat. The perfect horse. You know what I mean? Just a mind of like somebody from out of this world. You know what I mean? So, you know, we have to know that we are different. We are born different, and no matter whatever we say or whatever we think we can do, if we apply ourselves to do so, we can. Period. And on top of that, when you have stuff in your mind, be careful on who you tell your story, your dreams to, what you got in mind. You can't tell your dreams and your goals to everybody. They don't get it. All they get is going to that job every day, clocking in and clocking out. That's all they get. They don't get anything else but that. You know what I mean? So always stay positive and be careful on who you tell your dreams to. Period. You know? Speak, you want to go ahead?
You go ahead. I'm downloading your link.
Oh, okay.
I'm just enjoying what you're saying. I agree with everything that you said.
No, you okay.
I know I sound just
You're
as
okay.
country.
And yeah, like I say, my life coach Tracy, she's been through a lot. She's been through. I'm gonna let her tell you guys what she's been through. Yeah, you can't tell everybody, Miss Spirit Love. You can't tell everybody. You know, it's funny how
Right.
when you tell people stuff, some people will either they'll grasp onto it or they will talk about it for a couple of seconds and they'll talk about something else. You know what I'm saying to me?
Right.
They would
I understand.
I have told people that I'm writing. I have a friend of mine now. And this is opposite. I'm very attracted to her. I've been knowing for 10 years. Sometimes she would be positive, and sometimes she would be not negative, but kind of dry about what I'm doing. She'd be like, "Well, what are you doing today?" And what you out to? I said, "I've been working my new book." Oh, that's nice. So how your mama doing? So she would go to the next subject, and it's almost like she did it on purpose, or you know what I'm saying? She was negative. I know why she was negative because I know her. I've been knowing her for 10 years. I know what it came from. It came deep in with her soul because how she feel about herself. You know, she had stuff going on with herself. A lot of stuff going on with herself. So people that have like, I'm not gonna say faults, but if people have doubt, low self-esteem or doubt about themselves, then they can't really be happy for what you got going on. You know what I mean? So you just got to be careful who you talk to, and always remember, you can do anything you put your mind to. You do download the link.
Amen. I don't know if I did it right. You know, I'm not the expert in that. I put something up here. I don't know what I put up. I don't know what I put up here. You see it, and I'm afraid to actually go ahead and try to open it up. So, you know, I'm not good at that's what you do well. But Chris, I totally understand what you're saying. You know, we have like this, like where we put it. You have to surround yourself with the right people. Chris and I talk every day. Every day. If we don't talk every day, there's a problem. You know, because we feed off of each other. He's in Atlanta. I'm in Virginia. And you've got to talk to people who are doing exactly what you're doing. Have the same goals as you. Same ambition as you. Same courage level as you do. Even if we do it afraid, you still have to do it. You understand? And then know that they're still human. That we're not perfect. And so Chris and I met over the phone. We have not seen each other in real life, except for now I get to see him up here. You know, so everything he is saying, I hadn't even wanted to speak anything because he's saying everything that needs to be said. You know, you have to surround yourself with people who love, respect, and honor what you do. You know, you cannot tell your dreams to everyone because you have haters. And it's all because he said a nice way. I'm going to just say it. They hating so-and-so people. You know, they can't get it.
Right.
And they don't want you to have it. And it's sad. But I posted up there, I'm not going to compete with anyone. I'm not going to dim my light for anyone. I'm not going to make you feel good. Try to make myself lower my standards. Because you're too much of a chicken. And you won't get out there and do what you're supposed to do to even try to find out who you really are. You know, so I got 3 children that I have to take care of. 3 children that's looking for the champion in me. I don't have time to deal with what the world says that Tamika Griffin should be. You know, there was a time when I couldn't see my champion because I didn't think my words were valuable. Because I was homeless. Because I had lost both of my cars. Because I had to get food stamps and welfare. I didn't think I had anything good left. But you know what I still did? I still dressed for success. No matter what. You could not tell that I was struggling because I refused to look like I did. I just couldn't do that.
I'll be back.
What's wrong? Okay, you know, I couldn't do it. Even when I was homeless, this was, I'm trying to think. It was January 2013. My family had to pull me out of the house because I just didn't think I could go on anymore. I had to get dressed. They told me, look, go get your wig, get yourself together. You're getting out of this house. I didn't want to do anything. But because of my brother and my sister-in-law, I pulled through that day. Because I truly felt like giving up. They covered me. They prayed for me. They protected me. They didn't let people know that I was homeless. You understand? They didn't. It just wasn't easy. But I still refused to bow to anyone that didn't believe in me. And that's what you have to do too. You have to be stubborn enough to tell yourself, I don't care what happened. I'm still going to do it. You understand? You have to be crazy. You have to develop crazy faith. I believe when no one else believed in me. All I had was God's yes. Even when I fought myself and I still couldn't see it, there was a little part of me, of my soul that said, you still have to do it. I still believe in you. You understand? Everything falling apart. And I still had to believe. I still had to believe. So that's why we had to get up here and talk to you all, because you have a champion inside of you. You have a champion. I can't say that enough. I talked about this Sunday at this event that we did. You understand? I was kind of nervous all Saturday night, but when I got out there and I grabbed that mic on Sunday, I was in my genius. I was comfortable. I was so comfortable. It scared me, because when you're doing something that you love every day, it seems like it doesn't even seem like it's fair that you're doing something so easy that is so hard for other people. That's your genius. You understand? So what I can do, I can give you a little bit of tips, because like I have to do is I have to ask you at least 3 questions. And for those who are to bought my book, Your Mind's Eye, I know you read the other 2 questions. But the question is, number 1, for you to find your champion is this: you have to ask the right question. That first question is, who are you? Do you know? If you don't ask that question, you'll live your whole life as a fraud. Now, that may hurt some of y'all feelings, but that's the truth. You can be successful, and I told people this Sunday when I was speaking Sunday, you can be successful. You can't have a lot of money. But if you have done nothing with your purpose, you have wasted your whole life. That's a painful thing. To know that you go to the end of your life. You make it to 80, but you died at 50. That's not living. All because your wife said you couldn't do it, or your husband said you couldn't do it, or your brother, who is so jealous of you, said you couldn't do it, or your friends laughed at you. Do you know how many people laughed at me? You know I get laughed at on a daily basis. And yes, it could wound me, but I'm so mean. And sometimes sadly, that I don't even care. So it ain't that I'm arrogant. It's just I don't care no more. I'm not trying to look good for those who don't like me. My only thing is I'm looking for my children to love me, my mother and my brothers, my inner circle, those who really matter. And that's what you have to do too. My best friend, that's it. My grandmother, I live for them people. That's it. I live for those who are listening. I live for those who give me encouragement. When I don't want to get out of bed, I have to. So those of you listen, you all pull me out of bed many times. Because you have to know I'm human too. And just because I'm a motivational speaker, I listen to other people to motivate me. Because some days it just gets too hard to keep on going. And that's the human side. You know, and that's what a lot of speakers don't tell their mess. I tell my mess because nobody can tell my story like I can, honey. You know, and I don't mind doing it. I'm not perfect. And if I'm honest, it hurts to it hurt being perfect. That means you can't mess up. And you'll mess around and not mess up your way into a stroke. I've tried it. It ain't fun. Trust me, it is not fun. I was so stressed out trying to be perfect after my divorce, thinking I was this strong superwoman. Yes, it was a champion in me, but I was killing her, working a full-time job at Sprint, doing a motel, another business, not getting any sleep whatsoever because I'm trying to look good for people around me to make them think that, yes, I still got it going on. I'm still a little perfect Patty. But my ass was going crazy. I was going back into a nervous breakdown. And when I got sick, I went to my doctor because before I would never get sick. I was a chick that didn't get sick. When I got sick and I went to my doctor, she said, baby, you have the worst infection I've ever seen mentally, internally, that I have ever seen during my whole time practicing. She said, and it's because you are so stressed out. Whatever's going on in your life, if you don't quit, you're going to kill yourself. And at the time, I was working a stressful job, and I was dating somebody who I couldn't stand. So I broke up with him, and I quit. Now, I don't suggest you quit your job. I hated my job because it was just so stressful. In fact, that I wasn't getting any sleep, and that the divorce was bothering me. You know, I had all this stuff going on in the midst of trying to find my champion. So what I'm saying is that when you find yourself, you have to find yourself. Because if you don't, you're gonna kill yourself early, and you won't have no dream. So first question, like I said, find out who you are. Second, what is it that you do great? I love talking to people. I didn't know that because I was over here trying to become a nurse. Found out I couldn't stand blood. And I don't like hospitals. Love people though. Then I try to be a hairdresser. I'm gonna do your hair the way I want to do it. And if you don't like it, whatever. That's why that wasn't for me. Makeup artist, if you want to look like Beyonce, I can't do it. I was gonna tell you that. I can't do that. Then I want to be a chef. Now I'm a chef. I can cook my tail off. I love the kitchen. I don't mind being in there. I don't get offended when women say that. But the thing is, I don't want to cook every day. But one thing I never get tired of doing is talking and encouraging others. No matter what kind of day I had, someone would call me, and I would never forget this, Chris. I was having a horrible day. I mean, when I got the eviction notice in 2012? I'm telling you, I was having a horrible, horrible day, y'all. It was like one of the worst days. And then my ex-husband was trying to take my children from me. Just trying to be spiteful.
Yep.
Can y'all still hear me? Okay. So it was one of the worst days of my life. This day, one of my girlfriends called me. She said, "Tamika, please pray for me." And I looked at the phone like, God, are you serious? I can't even. What? Pray for her. I can't even help me. But I talked to her anyway. She found out she was pregnant. She was in her late 30s. So I'm like, a baby's a blessing. I don't know what you're going through right now. I said, but a baby's a blessing. You know, don't kill your child because you're going through something right now. And so after I got off the phone with her, she said, I feel so much better. And you know the strange thing about that? I felt better too. It was like a peace that came over me. What if I had been selfish and said, I got my own issues? Forget you. No, that ain't what a champion do. We don't do that. Of course, you cannot take on you can't call, everybody can't be pulling all on you. But at certain times, I promise you, if you talk to other people, or use your gift the way you're supposed to. See, speaking life was my gift. It is my gift. So you may be a hairdresser. Just like the fitness king. Oh, Chris, I tried to do Houston planks, or how am I doing this mess? It was just, I tried. I didn't even tell you. I tried to do 30 seconds damn and kill me. I cannot do it. And I tried to do little girly pull-ups. So I'm going to get better. But the thing is, that's his forte. His forte. I can walk and I can exercise like that. But when it comes to that personal training stuff, and that's not me. That's him. And I stay in my lane. My lane is writing, speaking, and encouraging. That's what I do. So you just have to find your lane. What is your champion? Because you were birthed with something great that nobody else can do. Okay? Like you. I'll say that. Nobody else can do what you do like you. You keep trying to compare yourself to other people. Just like that. You know how many speakers in the world? And here I'm going to speak to? And I told myself, I said, what, hell, everything has been said. No, it's not. Because as long as there are children being born every day, everybody can't get to everyone. So Christopher has his audience. I have my audience. You have your audience for something that you do and that you do extremely well. You need to identify that. It is time. And the third thing is, what gives you peace of mind? What do you see up here? When I get stressed out, I start writing a tablet. I start reading books. Read so much I can't see, I had to get some new glasses. That's what I do. That's what gives me peace of mind. How do you get your release? So step 1, who are you? Do you even know? 2, what is it that you do great that people envy, that you're an expert at? 3, what gives you peace of mind? The other 2 questions, you have to buy the book, Your Mind's Eye. So and that's it. That's how you find your champion. That's how you begin to find your champion. And yes, it's going to take you, it might take you a little bit of time because you got to get past this, what other people are going to think if you start doing you for real. You got to get rid of this little self-talk that will nag you for the rest of your life, but you're going to have to learn how to ignore it. Okay. So that's what I got for right now, Christopher.
Yeah.
Hope I didn't bore y'all. Can you still hear me? I don't know. I'm right in the same old. I'm in the same dark spot that I started in. I'm not over there by my Afro picture.
That's fine. We still see. Yeah. I mean, you be who you are. You cannot be. And I tell you who I feel like in my soul that you're not. You don't clock in for nobody. It's not. You clocking in for a warehouse position. And it's crazy how I'm gonna say that men. I don't want to. Let me say this. It was a study on African American men and African American women. I think 60% to 65% of African American men was a blue collar worker. I think 55 to 65% of African American women was working in a corporate setting or something.
Okay.
I think somewhere along the line, as men, that we lost and we got stagnant on who we are. And we let our sisters take the forefront as a whole to their dreams, and they didn't want to settle for less. But, you know, and I think that's kind of, it's amazing on the gap of the mindset. And it's always amazing that as men being raised by mothers, the daughter is almost, the son is almost baby. The son is baby. The daughter is not really baby. Like you know, the son is sheltered almost. The daughter is almost like, oh, you on your own, you okay, because you figure she a lady, she a girl, she'll grow to be a lady, she can make it. But I think our mothers, they build so much that we don't have that toughness. Like my father died in 1991. He was born in 42. I was born in 76. I was the last out of 4 boys. It's a 14 age gap between my older brother Eldred, who's 53. But I have so it's a decade difference. But I noticed that mothers baby their boys a lot. And sometimes when you do that, you hinder them from really knowing who they are as a person or as a man. Right? And when the daughter grows up, she go to school. She found ways on her own, almost naturally. And for me, I got my degree in 2011 at University of Phoenix, my IT degree. Do I like it? It's okay. Do I want to do IT? Not really. I didn't think, I don't want to sit at the desk doing IT work all my life. Luckily, I got was it Obama? Student loan. I took my loan down from $60,000 to $12,000. Now you guys want to know, I give it to you to the guy. Anyway, so it's down to $12,000. I pay $35 a month for my loan. So I don't have an overhead for this IT degree I got from the University of Phoenix, which is, I think, is a highway robbery. Anyway, but you have to know who you are as a man, really. And mothers have to sometimes let that boy grow up and don't shelter him too much, because it can be dangerous when you get out in society. You know what I mean? So being goal orientated is so vital, not only for us, but for our children and for our kids. I don't have no kids. Maybe one day, but we just have to make sure that we stay focused, you know, and know that working a 9 to 5 at a warehouse is not the way. You know what I mean? You work your butt off to the bone to buy season tickets to the Atlanta Falcons game, and they do the same thing they do every year, is lose. Every year the Falcons lose. It don't matter who they playing. Team on roster. As soon as they get in the playoffs, they'll get blew out, and people will buy tickets up and down, season tickets, and will not honestly better their lives. They will work their 9 to 5s, hang out at these chicken wing joints on the weekends, and do stuff on the weekends. You know what I'm saying? Barbecue stuff on the weekends, cookouts, the normal stuff that we do. in our community, we never take time on to get to know ourselves as an individual because we too busy following the crowd. So you have to be your own leader.
Right.
To be a champion, because a leader don't have followers. A leader create other leaders. To me, it's going to be about finishing my book up.
Ooh,
I'm going to finish my book, The Meaning Behind the Song. My other book, April's Promise. I'm going to work on it tonight. I think after I leave lab tonight, I'm going to start this again. You know what I mean? So I have a stage play that I'm kind of struggling with that I'm working on as well. My first stage play. You know, hopefully I get it down packed. It's in Macon, Georgia. But I just have so much to live for. First, my mother. My mother she helped me out now when I was struggling.
Right.
She invested in me in my book. So she's 73 years old. So I want to do something for her before she leaves this earth. I mean, I might leave before her, but I just want to do something for her. You know what I mean? And if I do get married, if I do become a husband to somebody, I want to be the best husband I can be. You know what I mean? So, and being a champion, it goes in a lot of ways. You know, I don't want to be a champion to be rich. I want to be a champion so I can help others, so I can become the man that God made me to be, the husband, the father, if that's so that He made me to be. Because people think about money. It's not about money. It's about being who you can. You could be a man working at Bill Goldsberg cowboy boot warehouse making boots all day and driving forklift. I'm not saying nothing wrong with it. But I ain't trying to make 11, 25 hours for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? And that's true. Nothing wrong with it, but it's true. You
Nothing wrong.
You can't really be a woman that's making 60 grand, 80 to 100 grand a year. Then you work on your own business, and then you date some guy who's comfortable working at Clorox warehouse or anywhere. You know, getting his clothes all, stained, every day. Clorox, warehouse. You don't get a raise until what? Every 6 months, maybe every 3 years, you might get a quarter raise, 50-cent raise, and get pat on the back by you know who, and say keep on working. You know what? And then go back out there and make me proud. I ain't going like that. You know, I've done that before. And no, I can't do it. At 39 years old, I can't do warehouse no more. My friend working at warehouse, he told me one guy last week got his leg crushed. But it was bones coming out. It was blood all over the place.
Wow.
But this dude was doing what he had to do to make money. I get that. You know what I'm saying? And you can get injured doing anything. But what I'm saying, do not settle for less.
Right.
I look at these blue-collar jobs as slave camps. That's it. Marcus Garvey, back in 1919, was telling people to do certain things, and here it is, 2016. It's 97 years later, and we still don't think on a level that we should be thinking on. There's no reason why Black Wall Street should be here again. Not with the funds we have as a unit, you know what I mean? But I think, but that's a whole nother story, Tamika. But it still go hand in hand with being a champion, because a lot of us, we think we just have a loser mindset. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go even deeper.
Right.
Now I said about the Atlanta Falcons, how people will work their 9 to 5 just to get season tickets for the Falcons. But don't you notice how the record that the Falcons have had for years? And when they have somebody good like Deion Sanders, they get rid of them. But have you noticed the people represent the team and the team represent the people? New York Giants, Pittsburgh Steelers. The Philadelphia Eagles are all champions. The Dallas Cowboys, I used to watch them, but the Steelers, the Giants, and the Eagles, right? Their fans, if anything going wrong with the team, if they don't like it, they're gonna talk about. They're gonna let you know it, right or wrong. Raise hell about getting a new coach or getting something on the New York Giants, the Steelers, or whatever. But with the Falcons, the fans in Atlanta is almost stagnant, almost like the team itself, and it's a spiritual thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
They settle for people. Sometimes settle for anything.
Right.
So they won't really act on it. People won't really raise hell about the Atlanta Falcons. You know, oh, they got rid of Michael Vick, fine. We let it ride. With Matt Ryan, he's not doing anything again, fine, we let it ride. But it's almost like you almost nonchalant and you're immune to just being average. Average team for average fans. New York Giants is not average because they don't have average people in New York. I'm not saying they have average people in Atlanta because I'm from here. But as a whole, I know how people from the South think. I'm from here, born and raised. Crawford Lawn Hospital, you know what I mean? But I moved out of here twice, South Florida and New York, Queens, New York. You know, so we become very stagnant on what we do.
Right.
And it's very deep when it comes to trying to be a champion. It's very deep. It can become a spirit in the town, city you live in, the state you live in. If you don't have a lot of people, even in New York. Now, I mean, I'm gonna reverse this. Even in New York, now Atlanta got a lot of black entrepreneurs. I'm gonna reverse this. New York they didn't have that many black entrepreneurs like Atlanta. We would go to a plaza in Atlanta and see a whole bunch of black business people own black business in Atlanta. In New York, you had to find it. You know, be scattered all over the place. And a lot of times, when it's not a good limelight of African Americans in certain cities, it leaves it open for racism. So your mindset, if the average African American man, if their mindset changes like that, then racism somehow would go away because we don't give people a leverage or say so about who we are. You know, it's almost like I told you. You see what I'm saying? That's what I mean. That's how they act. If our mindset changed like that overnight, you know what I'm saying? And have that champion mindset. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel like I had to say that. Now I didn't want to go there with that, but that's part of being a champion. You have to change your mindset. You know what I'm saying? You have to change who you're around. You have to change the things you say. You know, if you got to move to another city, move to another city. You know, if you're in an abusive relationship mentally and physically, and the only thing holding you back is sex, I mean, you can get good sex from anywhere.
You better preach.
I ain't lying. I mean, sex comes down. You get good sex anywhere. So people will. I was telling you about the young lady who was negative. Physically, it's almost like I couldn't, because I work out. She work out too. So I would say I'm hypnotized with her physique, but when she kept saying certain things that she was it was negative, she started being unattractive. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, changing our mindsets and changing in a blink of an eye. It takes time, but in a blink of an eye, if we change a certain thing about our lives, how we think about stuff, we can change our lives. We can become that champion. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, abusive relationships is happening every day, mentally, physically, emotionally, you know, drained. But that sex keep you there all the time.
Right.
Guaranteed. That's guaranteed. And, you know, that can hinder you for becoming the champion that God wanted you to be, because God can give you anybody that you want, that your heart desires. That person that you wanted a husband so bad that he went with a damn at the beginning. No, I'm serious, man. I want to go there, but it's some lazy. I'm talking about lazy people out in this world, and they just mean and say things and to say, you know. Then it becomes a competition with your spouse. She's making 6 figures and you's good.
Right.
I can sit my butt home and do some stuff. You know what I mean? But see, you don't look at it like that. You know, look at it like, you know,
right.
She making more than me. It's kind of embarrassing. I'm gonna tell my homeboys that, but don't tell them if you feel that way. You know, but it's none of their business to begin with. So you gotta get the mindset. So what's the, you know, why you worry about what somebody worry about talking about anyway? Think about it anyway. It's you married. If you're married,
right,
and your woman make more than you, I think that's a wonderful thing. If you work on your dream. Now, I ain't saying you know, sitting at home in your drawers and your feet propped, looking at reruns of you know what I mean? I mean, do something, man. Do something, man. I'm talking about. I couldn't have a daughter. I couldn't have a daughter. They no lazy man. He ain't driving her car all over the place and she at work. You can't become a champion like that. Yeah,
we keep it real on this show.
It's time for. You know, my father was old school, man. It's like no nonsense. It's nonsense. You know what I'm saying? I always had to let go of a lot of people in my family, my bloodline. I had to let them go because they wasn't going where I was going. You know what I mean? They can't see what I see at all. You know, so
right.
Yeah, man. They these lazy men. I'm talking about lazy. Don't have a goal or dream in mind. You can't even go to the gym and work out. They're getting jealous of you working out. You can't walk around the block for 2 laps.
Yes.
He can't find his own T-shirt because it's horrible, man. I took a break for like 6 years. I took a break out of I think 6 years, 7 years. I haven't dated nobody seriously. Yeah.
Right. I feel you on that, Chris, because you are saying everything that people need to hear. And when you're saying everything that people need to hear, it's just real talk, man. One thing we're not gonna do on this show, we ain't gonna be no phonies. I'm over here dying laughing, trying not to laugh real hard at this dude because he is telling the truth. Not truth. He is telling the truth. Not many people will say that. But I'm like this, and Chris is too. From the first day we had a conversation, we were real with each other. It wasn't no putting on no airs, no fronts, nothing like that. And it's been like that for 2 years now. And it's refreshing. People need to hear real talk. I'm not trying to impress those who don't like me, but what I'm trying to do and what I am doing is encouraging those and inspiring those to speak up for yourself. Speak up for yourself. Grow a backbone. You understand? Yes, you're going to get indigestion in the beginning when you start speaking up for yourself. Yes, you're going to feel sick for speaking up for yourself. But that's what champions do. Champions, we have to guard our minds, guard our hearts. You understand? We have to. This is precious. We're precious metal, precious cargo. And I have to keep saying over and over and over again. If you don't, it's like a broken record, Chris. But some people just don't get it. If you do not take the time, just a few minutes out of your day every day, Take a sheet of paper. Write on a sheet of paper. What is it that I really want to do? You understand? You don't have to show anyone. I didn't show people. It was hidden. I heard the realest thing from Jim Carrey. One of my Facebook friends put this on Facebook, and I saw this morning. Jim Carrey I guess he was speaking to some graduates at a college. And toward the end, he said he was saying his father was funny too. And that his father wanted to be he was funny, and he had some dreams too, but he didn't live his dreams. He was too afraid, so he took the safe way, and he went on to be an accountant. There's nothing wrong with being an accountant. But Jim Carrey said his father lost that job, and they just struggled and they struggled and they struggled. And so what happened was, at the end of his speech, he said, "It's not cool." He said something along the lines of, "Don't take a risk doing something that you don't like and get fired. Take a risk doing what you love." So I'm going to say that again. Don't take a risk doing something that you can't stand every day and get fired. But take a risk at doing something that you love every day. And that spoke volumes to me today. Because like I said in the beginning, we all need motivation. It's not easy being a champion. However, I don't know any other way to be. Ever. I don't know any other way to be. I tried to be a 3. God did not approve of me being a 3. He told me that. Because I asked a question in 2011 with tears streaming down my face. Why am I not a millionaire when I got all these friends in my phones who are multi-millionaires? And this is what he said. He said, "You're not that because you're functioning as a 3, and I made you a 10." He made us 10s and above. He made us a bracket to make it, but we're too afraid. The Bible says, "Fear not, and know that I am the Lord." Had I been afraid of cancer, I would have been dead 2 years ago. No, let me back that up. I would have been dead 18 years ago. Had I been afraid of what? There's something else crazy that happened to me. Had I just been a punk, or just didn't speak up for myself? No. What if I went ahead and believed what everybody said, that I was a loser? I probably would have committed suicide. And then gave my children the option to do it too, because mama did it. And if you ever hear me, I will always mention the fact that I was suicidal, because I don't know who's listening, who's dealing with that same demon today. You understand? So I have to say it every time to let people know I was suicidal. And if I am truly honest, every now and again, still, I will get so exhausted to where the fact, you know what, look, Lord, just kill me. I just can't take it no more. But that's how it is. Those thoughts, I heard from Lisa Nichols. She said that chatter will never stop. And I was like, what? This lady, a multimillionaire, many times, made over $22 million in her career. And all her family wants to know is, are you going to bring the banana pudding to the family gathering? That's all they're happy for, but like, they look, are you going to bring the banana pudding to the family reunion? It's the, even still, she still have family that still hate, and that ain't gonna, that's gonna always be. But when she told me that this negative chatter will never stop, but you'll learn how to just ignore it and keep on going anyway, that freed me. So I have to listen to women and men or anybody that is living the life that I want, and then still recognize that I am living the life that I'm supposed to right now because I am a successful mother, successful author, daughter, sister, auntie. I am a success. You know why? Because I'm living what I said I was going to do. You are a success in something right now. You ain't got to wait to be looking so far ahead. You pour those tomorrows into your todays. You're a success today if you're still living. Because you made it to this day. What's today? March something. You made it to this day, the 16th. You made it to hear the Fitness King and the Determinator speak on being champions. So you're a success today. No matter what you did an hour ago, right now you can start to be a success right now. And I just got that last week. I'm a successful mother. My children tell me I love you all day, every day. You understand? So that's a success. Because some parents' children can't stand them. Let me say that again. Some parents' children can't stand them. So it is a blessing that my children love me. Even when I tear that tail up, they still love me. You understand? So you're a success at something right now. So if I was you, I would go ahead and just start right now my little successes right now and do that. I see we have our guest. I see her. Christopher. I see Miss Tracy Williams. Open up the seat. Okay, let me see. Let me press it. Here her is. Mm-hmm. You want to introduce her?
Hey, Trace.
Hello.
Woo, I'm here. Oh my goodness. Just tell me what you want me to say. I'm telling you. Wow. That traffic, let me take the scarf off. Woo. Honey. Yeah, that traffic in DC today is terrible. Oh my gosh. You know, our metro shut down today.
Yes.
Can y'all hear me?
I've been in it.
Okay, wait a minute. I don't know if I can hear y'all.
Wow.
I don't know what's going on.
Hold on. I can hear you.
Oh, no wonder. Wait a minute. So, hey everybody. The metro in DC shut down.
Hello.
Okay, so I had to drive my car, which I hate driving. So it took me like forever just to get a car locked. So I'm here. I'm here 3 minutes late, but I got here. I'm so happy. How y'all doing?
Yes.
We're
fabulous. Glad to be here.
Mr. Fitness King.
I'm doing good. I'm telling you what you talking.
I gotta laugh it off, man. I gotta laugh off everything I've been through. I gotta laugh it off today. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy.
That's right. That's right.
Yes.
Great.
Oh my God.
Great. Glad you can make it.
It's no struggle that's too hard for me. Okay. I was just in the car just before I walked in here. I was in the car telling somebody some things that was happening. I said, well, look, I got to go. I have some people that I need to talk with tonight. Okay. So, you can hear this later.
Right.
Tracy.
Okay, so what's that for us, Tracy?
Tracy Williams is my life coach, y'all. Tracy, we met back in 2014?
Yes.
Was it October? No, was it November? October.
I think it was maybe October or November 2 years ago.
Yeah. Went on 2 years. Yeah. So we're talking about here, Trace, that becoming a champion, and you can vouch on this, and never put people in front of your goals, and never settle for less, even in relationships. If somebody's not really on your page or like being negative to you, if they're not really in your best, have your best interest at heart, regardless of the fact, they gotta let it go.
Yeah, I agree 100% on that one. It's hard sometimes to let people go, but sometimes you just have to do that. I find that in order to grow, sometimes you got to let people go because they don't understand your purpose, your destiny, your vision. So they can drown it, and try to hold you back. So
Amen.
sometimes you can let people down easy, or you can let them down however you need to. Some people are going to cling on to you regardless. They're going to cling. But when they're clinging, they're not helping you get where you want to go in life. Okay. So, but like I have some people that I just correspond with, texts or whatever, emails. I'll see them every now and then. And they don't understand my vision. But they cool. I like them. Okay. But they don't understand my vision, and that's okay. They see me for, Tracy. I know you, they know me, but they don't know the gifts and talents. They haven't accepted the gifts that God has given me and the talents he's given me. So a lot of times I don't discuss that with them at all. But some people, I just had to let go. I just had to let go because it was drowning my journey. Wow. Yeah, it was drowning my path to my journey in life. I hate to be around negative people. That's my path. I don't do it. I don't like drama. I don't like negativity, and I try to avoid it as much as possible. This year I've been more vocal with people than I have in the past, and I think a lot, they don't understand that part of me. But in order for me to move forward, you either on the train or you off, okay? Because I have a passion inside of me that's burning right now. So I need to get where I'm going, So yeah, you do have to let some people go, spouses sometimes, boyfriends, friends from high school. Family is touchy to me. I think you can keep some family members at a distance. You sometimes don't want to write people completely off unless they try to murder you or something. You think you got to write them off. But other than that, you kind of want to just, your family, sometimes you just got to keep them at a distance a little bit. But because a lot of times they don't know you either. So they know the little Tracy. They don't know the big girl Tracy. Okay. They don't know the Tracy that found her purpose and her destiny in life as a result of tragedy. That's how I found it. So I had to go through a really life crisis in order to find out what I'm supposed to be doing. So when I came back up from almost being drowned, they didn't know who I was. They were like, "Oh, who are you to think you're going to write a book? Oh, who are you to think that you're going to be a life coach? Oh, you see, but they don't see the vision and they don't know the purpose and they don't care about my tragedy as much as far as my gifts and talents, put it that way. And I tell people all the time that you have to struggle in order to move forward. When you struggle, you can move, you can make a choice now. You can drown in it or you can get up and find out what you're supposed to be doing as a result of it. Okay, I'm sorry. That was a lot, wasn't it?
Amen.
It's good to
it was awesome. It was right on time. Yes.
Really?
It's like you've been eavesdropping on what we've been talking about the whole time.
I tell you, it's a great thing to be able to share with people so they can understand that the challenges and the difficult situations that we go through in life is to get us ready for a higher level in life. It gets you ready. You got to become stronger. And the only way you're going to become stronger is you have to go through something. Yeah. It doesn't feel good when we're going through it, but we're not defeated. We're not defeated, and we're more than conquerors, of course. And you can say that all day, but if you don't do anything, if you just believe it and you still don't do anything about it, then you're just saying it. Yeah.
Right. You just want to hear yourself.
People, what do you like to do? You know, what do you used to do when you were a child? Oh, I used to draw. I used to do this. Okay, so, and now okay, what did you like to do when you were a teenager? Oh, you know, this, well, okay, so what are you doing now? Oh, well, you know, I just go home. I go to work every day. I hate my job, and I come home and cook for the kids and go to bed. You know, no, you should be up a couple hours working on your passion and your desires, things that's inside of you, your gifts, your talents. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Right. Girl, we've been saying that all day.
That's how champions are born. I believe, out of tragedy.
Right.
Right.
When somebody tell you can't do something, when you know that you can.
Right.
Well, you're doing it, but they're saying, "Oh no, who are you?" Or "No, I don't believe that," or "That it's not for you." You know, it's not for you. But I always tell people, I tweet this a lot. People did not give you your talents, and they can't take it away. They didn't give you your destiny or your passion, your purpose. They didn't give you any of that. So they can't take that away. It's up to you to allow them to steal it from you.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I'm done.
Right.
Tracy.
Hi, yes, sir.
You sure you know? I mean,
I'm just going. This
girl.
Is impromptu. I didn't even know what I was going to talk about tonight. I knew the title. I knew, you know, but I'm just letting it flow.
Tracy, you want to share? You want to share like what you told me about the negativity when you was going through it when you was married?
I think let's go with women. I think
go with it.
Yeah. With women, we're pleasers and nurturers. We want to nurture and we want to please everybody but ourselves. And a lot of times just to keep a man, you know, because you want to keep the family nucleus together. You blame yourself. Okay, what could I have done better? Or, you know, all those type of things, and you forget about yourself. So I don't think it's a good idea to not think about you when you're married or you're in a relationship, because that person can be gone in a minute. They're going on to the next little young thing, shorty thing, whatever they're doing. There are men. A lot of times, men already prepared. They already know who they want next. They already got that in mind. They already got a plan. And a lot of times, women are caught out here with no plan. You know, so I just think that in a relationship, if you're married or in a relationship, always work on yourself. Always work on yourself, because I was the type of person that put myself last. I put myself last because I thought that was the right thing to do. I didn't know any better. That's what I had seen all my life. And I thought, being a woman, you know, she is supposed to make sure everybody else is taken care of first. And then, you know, when I was going to take care of myself, I don't know. But I didn't even think about that. It was like taking care of everybody else. So one day I just woke up and I was like, you know, and he was doing, I'm not going to just bash people. That's not that's not my personality. So I would just say this. At some point, I got to realize that I can't change anybody. Now, I had a decision to make. I would either be happy in the situation that I was in, or I would leave, because I couldn't change that person. Right. So what was I going to do? You know, I could stay in it, but I had to be happy. Now, if I'm going to stay with somebody that our relationship is not going well and we're just not feeling each other no more. We love each other, because when you're married, you still love a person. You know, you may not get along. You're going to still love them. You can't be with somebody that long and hate them. I just don't believe that. But if you're going to be in a relationship with somebody and it's not a good relationship, you need to make yourself happy. Nobody wants to hear it. You know, nobody wants to hear over and over and over again about what you're going through and you're still there and you're unhappy. You make yourself happy and stay there and deal with it. So I made the decision that I wasn't going to make myself happy in that situation, that I felt like I just needed to, I wanted him to go and then come back. You know, that's really what I wanted him to do. But his pride would not allow him to do that. You know, He went out there and he did what he wanted to do, and
Right.
he didn't come back.
Brothers.
He asked to come back later, but it was too late by then. It was too late because I had already become this independent thing, and I was doing me. I learned that I had some self-esteem, honey. I was like, I'm sorry. What do you want me to do with this? I had started working and paying my own bills, honey. Cooking what I want to eat, and
Right.
things, keeping things neat like I want them, and all that. So it was like, I don't want if I'm going to be with somebody, it's going to be fresh. I don't want to go back to a situation. Only way I felt like I could go back is if God created a miracle in me, so I could go back. And it just didn't happen. It just wasn't he's a good man, but it's not for me. So I just feel sometimes that we as women, and I can't speak for men, we as women, we sacrifice so much for our relationships, and a lot of times we'll take things from our spouses to keep the marriage or the relationship together when we don't have to do that. You can't be afraid to be by yourself. I have more faith now than I ever had in my life, because when I was with my ex, he was paying the bills or blah blah blah, and I had another income. But when you're out here on your own, you have to have faith, and it will cause you to grow, because everything you're paying for on your own, where your resources are coming from. So I think you grow into a different person. What I was doing, I was living my faith through him. I was living, okay, well, I got this income over here. I ain't got to really use my faith that much because he got income. You understand? That's, that was right. That was right. But see, I didn't realize that until I got on my own, that I was like, wow, I was believing that God was going to bless my husband, you know what I mean, and his finances and whatever. And what about me? I was like, well, I'm good. He's making all the money. I'm good. But no, you have to believe for yourself. You have to update your skills, go back to school, write books, take singing lessons, go to a Zumba class, whatever you want to do to make yourself better, because the man, he gonna make sure he's straight. Okay, that's just my opinion. He gonna make, from my experience, not all men, I don't stereotype. They're gonna make sure, and while you sitting around crying or worried about what he's doing, he's making plans. So I really do think that women need to make sure you're always working on yourself, and don't be so dependent on a man where you cannot make it by yourself, because something could happen to him and he's not there anymore. So what you gonna do? What can you? And suppose he gets in an accident, he can never work again. Can you hold down the household? Can you hold down the family by yourself? Can you do it? So I think a lot of times, I would just say, don't be too dependent. Love your man, respect, all that. We're going to respect each other and all that good stuff. But make sure that you develop your talents and your gifts as well, I think. But it takes the right man for that now. I had to point that out, because some men don't want a driven woman. But see, all the gifts and talents that I had,
competition.
all the gifts and talents I had came out after all of that. They were there, but I remember I used to sing.
Amen.
I think I told Chris. I think I told you about this. I used to sing from high school, from 8th grade all the way through high school in the choir, and did all these performing, all this stuff with the band and all the stuff I used to do. And my ex told me to shut up. Yeah, and I was trying. I mean, I could read music, all of that. And do you know, I'd stop singing because it's like, won't you just stop? You shut up. You don't want anybody. That was no, you don't do that. You don't allow a man, a woman, anybody to tell you shut up or you can't do something. I had been trained to sing since I was in the 8th grade. Okay, so you can't allow someone, and I never really had the desire to start singing again like that. It went away. I allowed it, but
Right.
it was out of ignorance, trying to please my man.
Wow.
Don't want to walk on eggshells.
Right.
Now I'm too hot. Okay. Hey, if I want to sing, whatever I want to do, I'm going to do the things that I know that I can do. That's why you can't come back, because you can't handle me now.
That's right.
No, but I like helping people, and I just, that's what I like doing. When I have my sessions with anyone, I just find out about what they want to achieve in the session, and then we just kind of brainstorm, and we discover some obstacles during that session. I'm putting on my professional face now. We discover some obstacles that that might be hiding somewhere that you don't know about, and then we set some clear, achievable goals, and then we set the timelines for those goals, and then you're on your way. A lot of times you just need to talk to someone else that can help you. Just to discover the obstacles. The obstacles are what you have to look at, and then you want to set some goals for yourself. Everybody should have goals that they've set.
That's right. That's right. Oh, I'm loving this. I am loving this. Yeah.
Well, thank you. I'm just being authentic. I'm being real. This is it. This is me. But
That's
I can
right.
get professional. I have like over maybe 14 years working in the education industry and helping students achieve their goals and setting goals, and achieving their academic progress. So what I did, I took the skills that they taught me, and then I used those skills in my business. You understand?
Right.
Because I have the training, but with my business, I have more of a personal, and it's more personal and more passion, because it's something geared to what I really want to do, and that's to help people get where they want to be in life.
Right. Awesome.
Yay!
It's amazing that you came in, you spoke on what I spoke on, and
Really?
also spoke on what Chris spoke on. Yes, I mean it's, and that's when you know that everybody is on one accord.
Wow.
We're on one accord, because I'm like, I mean, how'd she do that? We talk about the same thing, all three of us.
Oh, really? I mean, it's just that like-minded people come together.
That's right.
It's something that's happening now where because of the internet and because of Wi-Fi and all this, we can connect now, and we can become stronger, and you're going to connect with people that's going to help you get where you want to go in life. The resources will be there. Yes.
Yes. It's crazy, because just like you said, connect with people. I connected with a lady 2 months ago. She said when she saw me online, she bought my book. I didn't know this. I had no idea. And so when she finished her book, I bought her book.
Mm-hmm.
So she invited me on her call today. And it was so amazing. She said it was another gentleman up there who was finishing up his book.
Mm-hmm.
And it's amazing how people be watching you and you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're inspiring them.
Yes.
And here it is, you thinking, man, I'm not doing my best to do more, when you have done so much and you don't even know it.
Mm-hmm.
And so about those opportunities, people are connecting, because Chris got me on blast. I was scared to get up here, because I'm like, no, somebody might cuss us out. But we've been doing good our last 3 shows. We haven't had anybody weird up here. Well, I will say I have not let anybody crazy on our show.
Right.
Feel the heartbeat. Let anybody on the show.
Well, you know what? I gave people opportunity, but you know what? But guess what? I could also exit, shut that seat down, and I did.
You can. Yes, you can.
But the connection I had today was, I was on her show. Then the man on her show said, I want you to come on my show.
Wow.
And I was like, wow.
Yes.
You know, all because, you know, when you put those prayers out there, when you decide to be a champion,
Yes.
a decision. I made a decision. It's like I'm telling you now, Tracy. Me and Chris talk every day.
Mm-hmm.
Every day. He pushed me to finish my romance book, Morse Code, because I didn't feel like doing it.
Hey,
I
people don't understand when you
didn't
write a
want
book,
to do
you
it.
gotta be in the mood for that. They don't understand.
Exactly. You know, you know, you hear people say, "Well, just finish it." No, I just can't finish it because I have to think about this stuff.
Yes, you gotta let it
I just
flow.
can't do that. Yes. So he was like, "Come on, Tamika, you can do it." So I finished it, and so he was like to me, "You need to go to Periscope. You need to go on Blab." I'm like, "No, that means people got to see me, and I got to get dressed up every day. I don't know if I can do that, you know." But then God has given us all of these platforms
Yes.
to be successful,
Yes.
and it would be our fault
Yeah.
that we made our horse get all fat, just be sitting on the couch eating Doritos. Well, that ain't gonna be Chris. That would probably be me. But
Yeah, I'm gonna have some
you know,
salt and
because
vinegar
we
too.
made our champion overweight because we're not using all of the gifts that God gave us.
Most definitely, I agree.
Right. And for Chris, I'm drinking water. He asked me, was I drinking whiskey?
Whiskey.
Whiskey.
I know when you talk with Chris, it's like he's like he'll sneak it in there. He'll be like, "So what you cooking? What you eating now?" And I was like, "Oh, some brown rice." And I don't think Chris you don't eat rice, do you, Chris?
Sometimes. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. See, so you don't. So I'm doing brown rice. I think I'm doing good, you know.
Right.
And he was like, and I said, "Well, I got some type of chicken. I eat chicken or seafood." So you know, when you're talking to Chris, you can't tell him that you eat no cheeseburger.
Look, one day, girl, he know I like pizza, right? I gotta have my pizza on Friday. It's just I can't help it. And so we were on Blab now. Oh my God, Tracy! I was tearing that pizza up, and I was like, "Wait a minute, he can see me. He can actually see me eating this pizza." And it was so hilarious, girl. But I mean, he has been my connection because he's kept me going.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You know.
Yeah.
And it's good if you can have somebody that do what you do.
Yeah.
With the same mindset that you have.
Right.
That can keep you going when you feel like giving up.
Yes. Most
you know, because people don't think that just because we're writers and speakers and teachers and educators, that we don't get tired.
God.
And I tell people, they say, "Well, what you been doing?" I said, "I've been thinking." What? Yes. Do you know people get degrees in thinking? Because thinking is hard work.
Yes.
And the only people who don't think thinking is hard is those who are not doing nothing with it. You know, so, and it was like Chris, he was like, Tamika, he asked, "How much water did you drink?"
Oh, goodness.
Did you drink enough water?
Uh-huh.
You know, and I'm like, no. And so I watched my intake.
Right. Yeah, because
Go ahead.
I was like, I drink a lot of green tea. And here's Chris. Well, you need to drink some water, too.
Right.
Okay.
Eat your Flintstone vitamins.
I'm doing better.
Right. I have my 1-a-day vitamins. I do take those. They're like the gummy bear ones, though.
Yes.
Yeah, this is I love this show. I watched the show a couple times because this is my first Blab. Yay! March 15th.
Yeah, March 16th. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is why I may do a Blab every now and then. I don't know, but this is one. I love this, huh?
Yes, you're gonna get addicted.
Yeah, I love it. I really love it. And we were talking about relationships. So I wrote a book called Unclaimed.
Okay.
And the book is about it's a very short read book. And you mentioned that Chris helped you, and Chris helped me finalize mine too.
Right.
Because I actually wrote the book on my lunch break. I was like, at lunchtime, I would eat for like 15 minutes, and then I would write for 45. I would eat.
Right.
Yeah, and you know, I was just writing. So I wanted to write a book, and it's a short read book about relationships. So about couples and baggage that they bring into the relationship, different types of baggage, and how to identify that baggage, and also some tips on how to salvage your relationship if you decide to stay into the relationship. Because a lot of people do things, and you know, I have baggage too. Everybody has a little bit of baggage.
Right.
And you may say or do things and you don't understand why you do it. It's because maybe some previous experiences or other relationships that you've had that you bring into that baggage into the new relationship, and you didn't mean to do it, you didn't mean to say it, but something triggered it. And when it's triggered, a lot of times you get these feelings and you'll say or do things.
Right.
So I wrote that book, Unclaimed Emotional Baggage from past relationships, and it's about 6 couples, different couples in different situations, about emotional baggage, because I'm very interested in relationships too. You know,
Yes.
I'm working on some relationships of mine as well. So I have an interest in relationships. So I decided to write that book, and I'll probably have some other books, short read books that I write as well. But yeah. But it's fiction. Nothing's in there true. You know, I didn't write about anybody. Some like, hey, no, you're not. Look, don't worry about it. That's the first thing people ask you. That's the first thing they ask you. Did you write me? Is it about me? No, it's not.
Right. They're so worried that you're gonna put something in there.
Right. But the writing has been really therapeutic for me.
Right.
Yeah. You have to be in the flow though, because I haven't started on another book yet, because I'm not ready yet. Because once I get in, I'm all in.
That's right. I shut the doors behind me. Don't bother me. I got something to do.
Right.
Tracy. Tracy, I'll put your link up here.
Huh?
Your book link.
Oh,
can you see it?
You know, I'm on my cell phone. I don't want my cell phone to fall down. So let me try to do it, okay?
Don't let it freeze up like Tamika's.
Okay. Can y'all still see me?
Yes, we can see you.
Okay.
I gotta run and get my charger.
I can't. Chris, can't you put it up there for me? Because I'm afraid my phone is gonna.
No. I already did. I did it for you.
Oh, you did great. Thank you so much.
I did it right when you said it.
Oh, that's it right there. Oh, okay, great. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Tell people about the 5. It's 5 stories, right?
Yeah, the different stories in the book, and I'll just read a couple of them. We have the perfect relationship, which there's no perfect relationship, but I talk about that. I talk about unfaithfulness, micromanager. You have some people in relationships that micromanage their partners. That's ridiculous. Domestic abuse, of course, we know that's very, very familiar for a lot of people. Financial infidelity, you know, people are really funny about their money. So financial infidelity, the single father, we have a lot of single fathers out there now. A lot of women are choosing not to raise their children. So I talk about, in this story, talk about a single father as well. And then it goes into, talks about emotional baggage and how to get over, you know, forgiveness, trust, moving forward, and I encourage you a little bit in the book as well. So I got 6 different couples with 6 different scenarios of baggage that they brought into the relationship.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I can let me just read a couple of sentences of the first story.
Yeah, do that.
Okay. 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 I can't believe I wrote a book. Yes, I can. Okay. So,
yes.
Yeah, this is about the perfect relationship. I will never forget the pain in his eyes and the hurt in his voice after I told him I never loved him. Monique and I had what I thought to be nothing short of a perfect relationship. Yes, we had our ups and downs and differences, but after 3 years, most days were wonderful. one evening after both of us had an extremely busy day at work, a disagreement started over something really trivial and could have been resolved long before it got out of control. So I'm not going to go into all of what happened, but this lady actually told her man that she didn't love him. That's a no, ladies. Never tell your man that you don't love him.
That's an ego crusher. It's an ego crusher.
Oh, yes. Oh, I never loved you anyway. I don't love you. And don't tell him this either. You don't do nothing for me. Don't say that.
Don't call him ugly either.
That's to be crazy.
Exactly.
Be crazy. You won't say that. Just be quiet.
Yeah. It's certain things that women, we have to learn how to choose our words when we're talking to our men, because their egos are very fragile. They're big and they're muscular and strong, but their egos are lightweight. Okay, so so you don't want to tell a man that you don't love him. I never loved you, and that was probably true. She probably never loved him.
Mm-hmm.
Something triggered inside of her to say that, and she didn't even know she had said it so fast and said it so many times. She didn't even realize she said it. But that time Malik heard her. Okay, he heard her that time. Right. He was contemplating marrying her and being with her for the rest of his life. Didn't happen.
I gotta read that. That's the book, right?
Because once you lose a man's trust, it's hard to gain it back. I mean, women are more forgiving than men. But if a man can't trust his woman, a lot of times he's not gonna stay with you, or he'll never trust you. So you don't want to tell a man you don't love him. Don't tell him he's ugly. Don't tell, like you said, don't tell him, oh, you ain't nothing. You ain't never been nothing. I can go out here and get who I want to anytime I want to. You don't talk to me like, stop it. Unless you really want to break up with him, don't say that stuff. Don't say it.
You did.
Yes, because he'll remember it. When you say stuff to a man, you better mean it.
Yeah, you better be out.
Yes.
And you know what, Tracy? I can honestly say it. Sometimes when a woman has had, and this goes for men too, but I can only speak for a woman. Sometimes when we have had all we could take, we cannot take no more. Everything you have said, I have said.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm divorced. I'm divorced for that. And because I knew I wasn't coming back. But it took me 12 years to say it.
That's some cold stuff, man.
12 years. But see, I was called fat. I had 2 or 3 children. I'm like, and you didn't think somebody would ever say that.
Yeah.
To you. When I said that, I knew it was no coming back. Your card was revoked. Yes, because like you said, a man's ego is so fragile. It's like an eggshell. It's just fragile. And because women, if we really wanted to, we got so much venom. We have venom that could just kill him, but because we love you so much, we can't really give it to you. But if it takes that one time to do it, to do it, Tina Turner on you, and then you out of there.
Exactly.
But you have to, you got to give Ike up when you do that. Because we didn't have enough of animes. I don't know that.
So we have to learn, how to speak to our men, especially if we want to keep them around. And, men too, but I can't speak for a man. I'm not a man. I'm just saying that women, sometimes we say things, we bring things into the relationship, and then we end up kind of judging that man according to our last relationship.
Right.
What I mean? And this man hasn't done anything. But,
right.
You know what I mean? And you're saying stuff to him that you said to the other one, but this one didn't do. So why are you treating him like that?
Right.
You know.
Like he's second hand.
Yeah. Yes, I get it. So you learn these things, especially when you're very young. You're a hothead.
Yeah.
You know, oh, he ain't gonna talk to me like that. And you go
right.
You go with the best of them, and then at the end you crying and you forgive
right.
me. But that man remembering, I don't care how young he is, he remember what you said, okay? And you snapping the head and you don't talk to me, all this, and you don't mean it,
Tracy, look at
Chris. Hey, we got Venom too.
His arms all folded.
Huh?
Men got Venom. Tell us about the men. What? Tell us a little bit.
I keep quiet. I just don't. I let them talk. I let them talk. Keep talking.
Look, Chris said he just had his remote.
I go in the kitchen. I do my push-ups. I do my jumping jacks. Just keep on talking, eh?
Oh, God.
When a man, when he just look good, but then he start working out, trying to look better. Oh, you better watch out, okay? And
she let the champion go.
You're like, okay, so he ain't been to the gym in 2 years, and now all of a sudden we having problems. He going to the gym, okay? And men are planners. They very strategic and logical. So Chris, can you answer this from a male's perspective? You said you just sit back and listen.
I sit back and listen. Let them argue with themselves sometimes. But if it get too, I can't really. I won't say anything in it to hurt my feelings. I'm past that stage.
Stop lying.
But
Stop lying, Chris.
No. I mean, I'm a perfectionist when it comes to the body, human body. So I just whatever. You call me anything you call me. You call me short. It's fine. You call me anything. My ex.
I think he's talking professional now.
Huh?
He's talking professional now.
Yeah,
that's all that is.
Yeah.
But you know what? When we do get older, like Tracy said, we mature.
Yes, thank goodness.
We can't say what we want to anymore.
Exactly.
I think
because we grow.
Here's the thing right here, though. I think if you have to say mean things to somebody, you don't need to be with them.
Right.
But I'm like this if it's warranted.
If it's warranted.
If it's warranted, sometimes you gotta just hit them one good time.
No, but why would you?
But the word.
That's about somebody that you care about.
Yeah, I understand. But you cannot take. You have to look at it. I care about this person. He should care enough about me not to say those things.
Right.
So I hold off for a long time. I can only speak for me. For a woman, we can take so much. But after you hit that you hit that wrong menopausal nerve, you are toast. And we don't want to do it. It will hurt us.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Many times you brought it on yourself. And women do too. We could say stuff to a man. He's taking so much of us. And because some women take you there because there's that vileness that some women have. They were just raised by women.
Exactly.
No man. So they don't know how to really tame it. And they got all this lip. I don't suggest that.
No.
So as an adult, and because we all are champions,
you
know how to have. Right. We should know how to have adult conversation.
Yes.
So I agree with you, Chris. Now I'm like that. Honey, don't take me there. If I'm trying to be a champion now, I'm giving you my best. Now, if you keep You keep running through the warning signs. Do not, danger. Ignoring the warning signs.
And you don't want to be with somebody that provokes you to anger.
Right.
Always, that's just not me. I can't. I don't have time for drama. Seriously, literally. It's only 24 hours in a day. So I don't have time for drama. I remember my ex, he used to like to get up in the morning and argue. First thing in the morning, before I go to work, and I'm like, okay, can we just, I wasn't perfect. No, I wasn't.
Right.
I'm not saying that. But to get up in the morning, the first thing, no, we're going to talk right now. You ain't going. I'm like, no, I got to go to work. I'm going to work all upset, trying to hold back the tears, dealing with all that crap at work. And then, got to go back home to the same thing. So argumentative spirited man is not for me. I need somebody low key, low, not somebody I can walk over, somebody that's really strong and secure in themselves, but just don't like to argue. I just don't like to argue. I don't even like to go to bed mad at people. I don't even like to do that. So, but to each his own. Some people, they just love drama. They really do. They love it.
Mm-hmm. You're too old for that, honey. I can't. I got too many hot flashes to be angry. I can't not do that. And for those of you who just joining, we're talking about champions.
Yeah, how did we got on it, but that's good. We can go back to champions.
But the thing is, that's how it is, though.
But you learn.
Yes.
You learn.
Boy.
Everything that we do should line up with us being a champion and helping us to get there.
Right.
Everything we do, everything, our associations, our work, whatever we do should point us in that direction to our purpose and what we're trying to do, our goals, whatever it is. And if Johnny, Mike, whatever he is, ain't on board with it, then that's a situation right there. He's holding you back. Help him to understand why it's important to you. I'm not saying break up, I'm not saying none of that, but help him to understand so he won't be. Some men are intimidated. You're not gonna leave him. You just got to go over here and go to a meeting. With a couple new people, and you're gonna come back. I'll be right back. You understand?
That's right.
And just understand that God gave women gifts too. And that we in order for us to be truly happy, whether it's baking pies all day or raising kids, because some women are just born to be caretakers, and that's what they want to do.
That's right.
They do a good job, a great job at it.
That's right. That was my grandmother. Raised 9 children.
Mm-hmm. But some other women, we've been given other gifts that we have tapped into, and we need someone that's on board with us.
Right. That's right. Right, because
you just say we get tired too.
We get exhausted. Exhausting. And building a business, and it's already, we gotta. It ain't like when we have working a regular job. We have to rethink. We got to think about everything. When you have your own, as a business owner, pulling out your champion, saying, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and just step on out there and believe God that I can do this thing. And I tell people all the time, many people are not authors and writers and speakers. But if you're great with children, you may be great at a daycare. I don't like being around a bunch of children.
Yeah, I couldn't
do
that.
I'm like, I'm going to jail. I can't do that. So I can. My sister-in-law can do that. She can be around 10 and 12 children. Not me, honey.
Right.
I don't have the patience for that.
Exactly.
I have the patience to be around people who want to talk all day about dreams.
Yes.
Goals.
Yes.
What are you writing today? How can we get here? You know what I'm saying? That's what I do.
Yeah. And it's so refreshing to be around people or to just have a conversation or either a text or whatever about those things, because everybody is not going to buy into it. I went to a luncheon with one of my associate friends, and she's like, "Oh God, you wrote the book, blah blah blah." So yeah, meet me for lunch. We went, and honey, she didn't even want to talk about my book or what I was doing. She started talking about her issues and problems. You see what I'm saying? So it wasn't. Yeah, it you know, it was. I thought we were going to have not a relationship, but a conversation about how we can tap into what she's doing so she can build herself up. But no, she didn't want to talk about her dreams and goals. She wanted to talk about this man that she was having problems with, which I've heard 1,000 times. Which I sat there and listened, because I'm not going to judge. I sat there and listened. I said, okay, maybe I'm just here to listen today. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to encourage her to do some things, because she's very talented in a lot of things, and I want to encourage her. And actually, that's what we were supposed to have been talking about. But once we got there, it turned to, you know, that situation. So
wasted time.
Yes, you said
you're right, and it says you thought that you were going to go there to talk about her finally doing something for herself. I don't know how many times I have gone out thinking that we're going to talk about, are you going to get your book done? And I'm like, you still talking about the same old raggedy dude.
Right.
You know, and I don't know about you, to me that's wasted time.
It was.
After a certain 10 conversations, that's just wasted time.
Yes. I've been on the phone with her in my car for 45 minutes, and I'm supposed to be talking about the same person, and I'm like, really?
Wasted time.
And she's so talented. Oh my goodness.
Right. Talented and comfortable. Yes. Because it's one thing, when I worked full time, I was never comfortable.
Right.
As a matter of fact, I don't care what job I had, I was selling some type of Mary Kay there, some type of noni juice at my desk, so I can get out of here. And I was never comfortable. I didn't even, and it's sad to say, I was there for a check to pay for my business. That was the only reason, to pay for my car. That was it. Because, it was just for that right now moment. I needed that money right now. Mm-hmm. But if people if they're going to work, like you said earlier, you have to do something after you get off that job.
Yes.
I don't go to clubs. And if I do go, it's maybe because I want to go to a birthday party. Or I'm just too bored and I need to have some fun. But majority of the time, I find talking to y'all all day the highlight of my life. Mm-hmm. Because we're talking about doing something, putting something into action that can not only better our lives, but everybody else's. Not out here at the club trying to find a dude. But you say you want to do more. You say you hate your job, but you don't want to do anything but waste
complain.
Right. And I'm like, you know what? I block your phone after a while.
Oh yeah, I have it. Yeah. And you have to do that too. You have to block certain people, because they'll bring bad energy into your. You're supposed to be. You had 3 things you needed to do tonight, and they messed up an hour and a half of your time. And going to go back into the same situation. And we're no better than anybody else. Whoever's on the show with us, we don't feel like we're better than anyone else. I can attest to that. We just been through it. We know better now, and we're still working progress.
Right. Right. And those of you who are listening, we're talking about champions. So, and this is how champions have conversations with other champions. So, do you find yourself, sometimes, how can I say this without really being just too blunt?
I'm going to tweak this show, okay? And what I'm doing now is trying to plug my phone up before the battery goes dead. Because I didn't have time to get my computer on or nothing when I came in the house. So y'all go right ahead and listen. I'm going to answer your question too.
Okay. I find myself getting agitated with those who don't have time or make time. I'll put it like this. Chris, when you invite people to like a function that you're going to be
Mhm.
and they always have an excuse why they can't come.
Mhm.
But as soon as there's a party in town or something like that, they always want you to go.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, I had that issue because I said, you know what? I invited people to a book, to book signings all over. And you try not to get salty, but I had this thought that came to mind. I said, look, I'm working on my dreams, vision, and I'm goals, and I'm actually doing it. And I've invited so many people, and this thought came to mind. If I died, would you come to my funeral? And if the answer is yes, then why can't you support a sister while I'm still
Right.
living? I need my hugs
Girl,
now.
That's really deep. Say that again.
And I thought about it because I said, you know what? People will only call you when they want to be nosy. And that'll mess with your champion, because you're like, you know what? You really don't want to be mean.
Mm-hmm.
Because you already know they just call them to be nosy. They're really just sitting around watching stuff,
Mm-hmm.
not supporting.
Yes.
And so I find myself always having to guard my champion.
Mm-hmm.
I can best explain it like this. T.D. Jakes said he remembered everybody that did him wrong before he was known.
Yes.
God had to teach him how to stay humble. And to teach him when you see him, say hi, God bless you, and keep on walking. As painful as that is, we still have to do that as champions.
Yes.
And just like Secretariat, when he took those pictures, when people came up, these are people probably rooting against the horse. But when you came up to take pictures of that horse, he looked right at you like, I know I'm beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up. Because he knew what he could do. I don't know if you ever watched Secretariat before.
I will.
But I think
girl, it was at some corporate function or something that we watched it one time. But you know how it is.
Yes.
I need to watch it again.
Yes. I mean, and that's why I was, because like I said, me and Chris talk every day. And as people like us, you, him, and I don't have our circle. I know I can probably bet our circle is small.
Yes.
Because like you said in the beginning, we can't tell everybody our dreams. You just have to guard that. And Chris always say, you can't tell everybody your dreams. And it's sad. But I do believe God will send you those people that you can talk to share those gifts with. And that's what I've been, those are opportunities that we as champions cannot afford to miss, because we're trying to drag somebody on who don't want to follow us.
Right. Leeches.
Yeah.
I think too that a lot of times the people that know you, once you move into that championship era and you feel and you like, I'm a champion, that you're a champion, you're speaking those words and you're not arrogant to say you're a champion, because we are champions, we're winners.
Right.
Now, once you move into that era, the people that knew you before all of this, they don't want to participate in any of the small things that you're doing to build it. They're going to wait until it hits. Once it's really big, then they're going to be like, oh, I knew her when. Oh, can I get a ticket? Do you know so-and-so? Can you help with this? And that's how it is. And what I do now is I just accept it. I just accept that they can't see the vision that God has put in my heart, but he will send the right people to me that can see the vision, and it is disheartening for me to know that some of the people that I really care about that are not on board with it. And then I can meet thousands of strangers, you know, or people that I connect with, and they're on board with it. But you just want,
Exactly.
you know, you want the people that know you,
Yeah.
to have this experience with you, but they're not ready for it because they can only see Tracy. They don't see the gift. They don't want to accept the gift. But I didn't choose the gifts that God gave me. He gave them to me. He gave all of us a measure of gifts. All of us.
Right.
And I didn't choose the gifts that he gave me. I just chose to allow him to use me and to share those gifts with the world. So what I'm saying is, once everything gets real big and we don't sweat, honey, to the, you know, sweat and toiled and cried and whatever, and after all that's done,
Right.
then they'll be on board. And that's kind of sad because you want them to be a part of it.
Right. Exactly. But that's right. I mean, I learned that in network marketing. That's like your second and third wave.
Mm-hmm.
We help to go ahead and push you over that, just push you on over.
Yes.
And you gotta take the bitter with the sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, you kind of quiet over there. I know we done took over the conversation.
Yeah, I got one more thing to say. I told Chris about this. I was at an event not too long ago, and had my books there and my business and everything, and I had a relative to come on my table, okay, my vendor table, and put her t-shirts on my table.
Wow.
Okay. She didn't come to support me.
Wow. The goal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so when I drove all the way home, because you know when you go to these events, you got to go far. I drove all the way home. I thought about how I was going. So I called and I said, you know, she said, well, I didn't even think about it. Yeah, and I'm saying to myself, no, you didn't think about it because you wasn't there to support me.
Right.
So I said, well, how would you feel if you were at an event and I said, well, you know, there were some other people there at the events. Would you have put the t-shirts on their table? She's like, no, I didn't know them. I said, well, you didn't ask me either. She said, I didn't. She said, oh, I'm so sorry. But that's what I'm saying. You have people that's close to you and they know your heart and know your vision and know how hard you're working, and they just will not support you. Right. She put the t-shirts, and the t-shirts has nothing to do with my book or my business. I've been to plenty events, and I will not put my business card on your table. If I don't buy a table, you know, if I don't have my own table, I'm not going to go there and promote my business at your table.
Right.
That's just bad etiquette. Isn't that something?
Wow. That's a mess.
That's a relative.
Yeah. That's a hot mess right there, honey.
I love her, but I had to let her know. Don't do that.
Right.
I thought you were there to support me. If you were there, vending some things that you were doing, I would have, you know, supported you 100%.
Correct.
Yeah. So those are the things that you just have to shake it off and keep moving forward.
That's right.
But it's going to happen because you know what? All of that is just to get me discouraged and get me off track. And to have unforgiveness in my heart, which I love her. I love her. She don't even need no forgiveness. You know, she don't even need forgiveness. Right. Now I had to tell her, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
Because you don't want to go to another event and do that to someone else. Just
didn't even
flopped them down, had hats and t-shirts. No, put the hats on one side of the table and the t-shirts on the other, and my books are and everything, all that stuff in the middle, my little and then I was like, and I didn't say nothing through the whole event. I just let it ride because I'm not, you know, So after it was over with, I just, you know, I told her.
Right.
I'm a peacemaker. But I will let you know in a very professional, cordial, loving way because I love her.
Right.
You know, she don't see the vision. The book was right there, but she don't see the vision. My business was right there. She don't see the vision. That's
well, and that's it is. It's a
I didn't have to say that. I didn't have to tell you that. But these are the things that we go through.
That's right. And but the people need to know
They
that.
do.
It's all about the mindset. You have to have a certain mindset to be able to train this champion.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And as a champion, it's like Chris and I always talk. We cannot go off because it would be dangerous.
Yes.
We can't do that. Chris, go ahead.
Yeah,
I know.
Go ahead, Chris. Chris, you bringing anybody else on the show tonight, or it's just us right now? Because this is a lot. This is a mouthful.
I was gonna bring LaDonna, but I don't think she want to come on. I was gonna bring.
I wanted to bring her.
I was gonna ask her to read a poem out of her poetry book, but she don't think. LaDonna, can you hear me? Say something in the chat. I'm texting her right now, but she don't want.
LaDonna.
Oh, okay.
But Blab is scary. Blab is scary. Your hair got to be fixed when you come up here.
Look, I got.
And that's why I didn't want to do it
for almost 2 hours, and I was like, you know what? It is what it is. And it started raining a little bit. I said, you know what?
Right.
Let me get on this show.
Yes.
Let me get on this show right now.
It wasn't. There she is. LaDonna, are you coming on? It was another gentleman that wanted to come on too. I'll open the seat if somebody wants to come on.
Excuse me.
I know we've been up here 2 hours and 11 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
I want to hit it.
It's always like that.
Y'all let me know. I need to. I think I probably done blabbed enough.
No, you
I love talking.
I do
love
too.
People too. Is she coming on?
She probably not.
Oh, okay.
She have.
What about? Did you see? Yeah, she has. She's an award-winning author. Lord, she done disappeared. LaDonna, don't run, LaDonna. There was another gentleman that wanted to come on, but I don't know if Chris. He has to approve of everybody I bring on.
Who want to come on?
It was what's his REDA?
You can.
Rita.
Let's see.
Rita.
Let's see if LaDonna want to come on or not. LaDonna, you gonna wait next week to come on? Bring him on.
Ooh, somebody is texting me. Let me see.
Tracy, well, we keep you there. We keep you. What else you want to say? Like what your last closing comments? LaDonna, computer's frozen. What do you want to tell people, Trace? Like, what do you want to about being motivated and staying focused and right now your goals and just starting something fresh like this week.
Oh, okay. I guess the best way everybody has to find. Okay, there's. Oh, that's you. Okay. That's. Oh.
Yeah, that's
okay.
me.
I think that you have to find out what your motivation is for doing anything. Just find out what that is. It could be money. It could be status. It can be I just want to be a business owner. Whatever the motivation is, I want to go back to school. Whatever it is, find out the reason why you want to do something and let that be the fuel to get you through the tough times. Because the tough times are coming.
She's not coming.
So Yeah, the tough times come. Right? So we got to know that. But to stay motivated is to constantly remind yourself of why you started. I always say that, and it's kind of like a cliche, but being motivated is up to you. You can be inspired, because on my Twitter page, I inspire people all day, but I tell them sometimes inspiration, if you're not moved to action, doesn't mean anything. You know, you could be inspired all day. It's going to feel good for 2 or 3 minutes, and then it's gone, and you're still in the same position that you were in. So you want to envision yourself where you want to be, envision yourself finishing the goal. Some people do vision boards. I have like a lot of affirmations that I say every day to build myself up. Some people have vision boards. But to stay motivated, you have to remember why you started and constantly remind yourself, because through the time, okay. Oh, that's y'all.
You go ahead.
Hi, is she coming? Constantly remind yourself of why you started in order to complete the goal, because you will not finish the goal if you feel like you're not going to go through some challenges.
Amen.
The challenges are coming. It's just a part of it. And the challenge will help you to become stronger so you can get to the next level. You can't get to the next level in life without going through something. And I learned that. And that's how I became a business owner. And I wrote my book and all that, because it was out of a tragedy situation. I was in an accident. I had to have surgery. I lost my job. I was unemployed. I was single. I had to pay bills by myself, all of that.
Right.
And I was like, oh, the creative juices just started coming out of that situation. So if I hadn't gone through what I went through, I wouldn't be talking to you today. I had to go through that bad. I mean, it was terrible. I was in an accident. Then I had to go to surgery because of the accident. Then when I went back to work, they got rid of me, and I just got a raise. And I was like, wait a minute. It was back to back to back. Things were happening. And then, I was like, you know what? I will not be in this position again. I am going to build my future. I'm going to create my own future. That's when I said, you know what? I got all these skills that I've learned all these years. I'm going to use it in my business. Yeah, I'm building somebody else's business up, but you know what? I'm going to use it in my own business. So I created my business, found out what I needed to do. I got my life coach training. I did all that. I opened my business. And then once I got in there, the guy that I was working with, he said, you know what, you're going to be speaking to women. And I was like, I don't want to do that, but that's what I do now. And, he said, you're going to be speaking to women. And, he was telling me some things. And then he said, you got a book in you. You need to get on that book. And I was like, book, really? Then all of a sudden I started writing my book. But it came out of the tragedy. So now what keeps me motivated is that I want to help others create a better quality of life. That's my mission statement, helping you to create a better quality of life. So many people are unemployed. And if I had never been unemployed, I wouldn't have known.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I wouldn't have known how it feels. Because I was sad. Everything was good. I remember when I first got unemployed, I was crying, boo-hoo, crying, scared out of my mind. And I called one of my friends, and know what he said? He said, you got food in the refrigerator? I said, huh? I just lost my job. He's like, do you have food in the refrigerator, Tracy? I said, yeah. He said, you know what? I tell you what, call me back in a few days, because I don't want to hear this.
Right.
I was like, I'm crying. I was like, I ain't got nobody to turn to it. And I'm like, no, he did. But you know what? It put some things in perspective for me. I had food. For that, I had food. I had somewhere to live. And I was worrying about tomorrow too much. So what I did, I created my budget. I downsized some things that I needed. Because a lot of stuff I didn't even need. I wasn't even using.
That's right.
So then, that's when the business came about, and the book and all of that. And I've just been going strong ever since. So my motivation is to help others create a better quality of life for themselves. Because you never know when you're going to be unemployed. Nobody knows that anymore. You got to be prepared for that. You got to be prepared for that. And a lot of times we can use our gifts and talents to help us for additional income, and for some people to work full time and to be a blessing to others. Because you don't want to just hoard all the money for yourself. You want enough money that you can be a blessing to other people. That's my gut. That's my heart. That's my motivation.
Right.
That was a mouthful, but that's it.
It seems like we're having a problem getting LaDonna on.
Oh no,
Chris, what is she saying?
She's trying to turn her camera on her phone.
Yeah, blab is something else. If you.
Yeah, it'll ask you. You just say okay.
Right.
Oh yeah.
It'll ask you, can you use the microphone? Can it use your camera and your pictures or your camera or something? That's like, yeah.
I think she went off again.
Yeah, she said.
Oh, and I set goals too.
Right.
I do like a 3-month goal, and every 3 months I look at my goals, and some I reach and some I don't reach because maybe I set it too high. So,
right.
Oh, is she coming back in?
We're trying.
Oh, okay. So goals are very important in order for motivation purposes. It's very important to set goals so you can have an outline of what your goals are for right then. You could do long-term, short-term goals. So every 3 months I'll look at my goals. I'm like, wow, I need to change this goal. I set this one too high. Sometimes I'll set it too high, and I know I wasn't going to do. I didn't even know why I said that.
Right.
And so I was like, let me backtrack this and do this right so I can have these little achievements that I need to get to the bigger goal.
That's right.
But you learn that's how I do set goals to keep me motivated as well. How do you stay motivated, Miss Tamika?
I stay motivated by I have to read. I have to read. Even when I don't feel like it. I mean, I get my rest, but I have to read something daily or listen to something daily.
That too.
It's a must. It is a requirement. And so, and that's why I tell people. And then I also talk to people who are like me. Mm-hmm. So I take that pen and I actually have this real talk with myself. Yeah. Like, okay, girl, I gotta get this done. It's like today I set a goal to finish my book, The Determinator, within 6 weeks.
Oh, what's that?
Okay, I made that goal to do that in 6 weeks. And anytime I make a goal like that, I know it has been divinely inspired on me. Yeah. I have to get it done. But it took me. What I've learned, Tracy, is that when I do my goal, I have to sit still and listen for a while. Sometimes that's the aggravating part.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Setting that goal because you're like, first of all, what is the goal? Yeah. What is that true goal? And so, just like today, I've been telling Chris, I gotta finish this book. But last night it was on me. I said, you know what? This thing jumped on me. They had to do the book cover and start promoting the book cover. Put it out there. Say it's going to be done in 6 weeks. And every time I set that goal like that, it gets done.
Yes.
And I can't move until I have that divine say, okay, now you go.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Because especially when it's inspiration.
Yeah.
You have to get in that mindset, I got this going on, I got that going on.
Yes.
But once this thing get on you, girl, you can't, it won't come up off of you. And so that's how my goals are set. They're set in stone, and I don't change my mind until it's done.
Right. That's skill. A lot of people don't have that. They don't. I mean,
a lot of things around here don't get done.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm like, y'all gotta eat what y'all can find. But see, my children I've taught them that. I taught them that, you know, I still got to be a mom. And you know what I did now, Tracy? Because as soon as I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm on Facebook and Twitter saying great morning and this and this and that. I said, you know what? I'm going to stop that and start doing business after the children actually are in school. And I start my day at 10 o'clock.
Right.
Because I found what I was doing. I said, you know what? I would get up at 5, and by 12 o'clock, I've been up 7 hours.
Right.
So I find myself exhausted. So I learned that I cannot do that because I'm over 40 now.
Yeah, right.
So I want to live to see my goals.
Yes.
You know? So I just made that decision today. I said 10 o'clock in the morning. It was kind of hard though, you know.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you get in the mindset of doing something every day and then you start to change it. It's tough. And that comes with being a champion too, because we can't function the way we used to.
And you have to be used to, you have to be willing to change.
Yeah, take little teeny baby steps. You know, but goal setting, once I got something in his head, my family would tell you, don't bother me, I'm working.
Exactly. Eliminate all distractions.
Yes, and I do. And if you come in my little space, I have an attitude because I have something that I'm doing. You know, that comes from almost dying and I became afraid. What if I die with my dream inside? So I don't take those chances anymore, but I do enjoy my family.
Right.
So yes, I make my goals. Whether they're 6 weeks, 90 days, 6 months.
Yeah, you make them though.
Right, and I don't change it. You know, not saying that I'm not flexible, but you know, when inspiration hits you, you know, you have this window of opportunity. God gives you that window of opportunity to do something, and you cannot be playing with that because when you get something on you like that, you have to stay in it and finish it.
With writing that, and anyone out there that is contemplating being a writing or been thinking about being a writer, that's what it comes from. Inspiration. People they don't understand that. Once you get in that flow, you got to keep going. You cannot stop. Right. Because you'll have a time where you don't have it. It's not there. Like now, I don't have it right now. Right. I just don't have it right now. It's not there, and I thought about but it's just not there. It's not yet. It's not there.
That's right. You can't make it come in at any time. You might as well go get your hair done.
Yes, it's not there. But when you're in the flow, it's nothing that can stop, and your words will start coming, and you're like, "Wow, where did that come from?" But you know where it came from. It's like, "Wow, it's flowing today." Right. Right. And that's what people don't understand. I think. Oh, I could just start. I'll just start whenever I want. No, when you get that inspiration, that's when you need to start. And I believe that's what songwriters do as well. They probably do the same thing. Music writers, directors, you know, anybody like that does any kind of creative writing, they probably have to have the inspiration.
Right. And for the champions that are listening, when you have, most of the times when you have inspiration, a picture is downloaded in your mind. Yeah. And you can see a part of what you're writing. God will give you the little teeny bit that you need, because I was telling Chris, I was like, man, I have this book, The Determinator, I'm writing. Part of me wanted to turn it into like a black superhero Afro lady. And I was like, then a part of me was like, that sounds crazy. But I told Chris I had this dream. And then I told my children about the dream. And then I'm like, I was torn. And then last night, it all came together. I said, I'm going to do The Determinator for Adults, which is a self-help book.
I love it.
On how to be determined, what you have to be, that mindset. Right. But also teach children also. Yeah. And that part would be for little children and teenagers, to teach them how to be determined. Yes. On how to set goals and how they are supposed to think now. So by the time they hit 25 and 30, they have a good part of their life that they can just go ahead and start to grow on. Yes. When I told my children that, y'all, my daughters and my son just jumped right on it. On that part.
Right.
Of the children's side of the book. So God gave me those two visions.
Right. Wow.
To do.
Yeah.
And it, like I said, I have been talking to Chris. I said, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. And then I had a dream. He said, start writing it now. And I started doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So with those who are listening, you know, if you're doing something, I don't care if God tell you to start working on cards.
Right.
Not everybody can do it, but you can. Start painting houses.
Right.
Start with your own house that you're going to paint.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to do hair, you don't have the money to, you know, to get your license, start doing it at home.
Yes. Most definitely.
So you just practicing.
Yeah. Start somewhere.
You know,
people think you gotta be elaborate. No. Just start.
Yeah.
Start small.
That's right.
They really don't understand that part of it. That's the secret that we don't know. And we're gonna tell people.
That's right.
Start now. Right. Start today with what you have. You don't have to spend a whole lot of money to start nothing. Do I need the money to look in the mirror and start singing? You know, do I need the money for that?
Right.
I don't need money to practice.
No,
I don't.
Mm-mm. I didn't have the money.
That's laziness to me.
That's right. I didn't have the money to start my book. Mm-hmm. I had a pack of index cards.
Right.
A red and a black pen. And I just started writing with what I had.
Right.
And I made a decision, a goal. Write the book in 30 days. Edit it as best I could in 60. 90 days, it was going to be somewhere published. I didn't even know how I was going to publish it.
Right.
All I know, I set the goal and it happened. We lost her.
Man down, woman down. She come back.
But yeah, what happened? You know, that's what I was just saying, Chris. So LaDonna couldn't make it on. I see Amanda is back. Yes, Amanda, we have been up here almost 3 hours. It's been 2.5 hours. Chris is yawning. I need some more water.
It's like letting your two sisters talk. You just shut up. I was eating some spaghetti. I was eating some spaghettis back there. Spaghetti and meatballs. I just thought they'd do their thing. I eat a little bit. My stomach was growling a little bit.
You having dinner?
I had a little lunch.
Does Amanda want to come on? I see Amanda is up here. Oh, thank you, Lord, baby. My baby brought me some water. Good, my baby brought me some water. Up here, hot as I don't know what happened. Hot flashes, can't get no water.
Hopefully, Smart Water can see that I'm advertising for them. Making to be a sponsor. Fitness person. my training. Now, what's the difference? Commercial, something.
What's the difference? Oh, Amanda said not today. Oh no. Y'all are ride or die. Well, you know what, Amanda? Once we get going, talking, you know, when we get to talking up here, we just can't help it because, I mean, I thought when we started doing this, Chris, that it was just going to be like an hour.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Just some ginger, baby. Right, you know, so.
Yeah, it's all good though. We talk. We're gonna bring LaDonna on when she can get on her computer, her phone act right. We're gonna bring her on because I want her to really support you, and like
yes,
so people can realize that. Oh, and Amanda does poetry too.
Amanda, I didn't know you did poetry, girl.
She got a book coming out. That's a book I'm gonna help her with.
You know what? All y'all got to do is come on. We don't have to see your face because you can just do the voice only. But I know.
Don't make a promise that you can't keep. San Francisco.
Or, you know, we'll worry you to death. Were you to death?
I did.
Boy, this is funny. Who's up here? LaDonna, Amp, Amanda. I'm getting.
I did TurboTax yesterday, and the
Okay.
turned to a slow motion because I ain't getting nothing back. Just enough to buy a Happy Meal without the prize. TurboTax.
So you got a mad meal.
A mad. I'm gonna take that prize, throw it, I'm gonna sling it across the thing.
You got a mad meal.
My tax was so low, I ain't getting nothing back. I think I'm gonna let somebody else do it and know what they're doing because it can't be possible what I got back. They don't even cover my gas bill expenses.
I'm thinking about Country Wayne. He said because he won't get nothing back in taxes, he's gonna tell on everybody.
Who's that?
You know who Country Wayne is? He's a comedian.
Right.
Country Wayne said he's gonna tell on everybody. He called the IRS on everybody because he didn't get no tax money back. Oh my gosh. Woo. That is hilarious.
Guess how much I did it wrong, but guess how much I get back in state taxes.
How much?
$8. Let me tell you something, man. I think I gotta get a specialist or somebody know what the hell they doing. Look, I'm following TurboTax on Twitter. I'm about to block them. Yeah, there's water through that. Yeah.
I'm crying. Hey, Tracy. I can't hear you.
Okay, Tracy.
Whew. You're making my head hurt. We can see you. Whew. You got. Nah, we can't hear you. You got my head hurting, Chris. Whew. Mm-mm.
Can you hear us?
Mm-mm. Can you hear us?
You can hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes. But then she went away. You know what? She went away.
You got all the lights on in the house.
So I have to have good lighting.
See you?
Yeah, we can see each other.
Thank God you can't see me.
Tamika, who's doing your taxes?
Yes. Nobody.
That's who did mine yesterday. No damn body. No money.
Boy, you got my head hurt. I can't laugh like I want to. This is not funny, but you said it.
It,
Can you hear me?
it was horrible. And this was let me see something. What did they email me something on TurboTax? $8 to me. $8.
You put in all your mileage?
You know what? They charge for that, don't they? I gotta go back and do it.
Yeah, you need to go back and do it. So nobody wants to come on. I see Tracy came on, but she it went back off.
So
20 minutes to 3 hours, Chris.
we want to end it to everybody. Closing statements. Stay a champion. We'll bring LaDonna back on. Talk about her poetry. And stay focused. Stay committed. Stay grounded.
Right.
Do not let people interfere with your goals, your dreams. Don't share your dreams, your thoughts with people, unless it's your significant other or your friend that doing the same thing you're doing. Somewhat.
Yeah.
You know, so stay motivated, keep about your life. Begin your champion mentality today. And get somebody to know what they're doing.
That's right.
That's all I got.
Yes, I agree with my co-host, the Fitness King. First of all, Fitness King, did you tell people where they could get your books from?
Oh yeah, you can buy my books from Amazon. Amazon.com. Out of Work, Healthy Eating by Chris Henry. So you can go to my. I'll tell you what. You want me to go there and find my author page? What up?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Because we tend to not do that.
Right.
You know, because one thing about it, we're using this every platform, you guys. We're using every platform to not only help you and ourselves, but also, we have to use these platforms to promote our work. It's just too simple now. It's just way too simple.
It is.
And we have to get out of our box. Okay, yes, tell it all. That's right. So sorry, my computer just came back up. I promise I will come back another time. Okay, LaDonna. And the thing is, champion, use these platforms.
Right.
We have there's freeconferencecall.com out there for you. Create Space out there for you. Mm-hmm. Blab now. Periscope, yeah. Do your own book signings. You don't have to wait for other people to start going on a tour yourself. Do your own tours. Do your own baking shows on YouTube. Whatever it is you want to do, start now. Don't wait. Stop procrastinating. Procrastination is just another way of saying that I'm scared to death. You're not even afraid of yourself. You're afraid of what other people want to say. Just do it. Okay? So, and that's basically it. Drink plenty of water. Get you some rest. When you're working a full-time job, after you get off that job, make sure you're working on something for you. This one, what I want to say last, Chris. I told my daughter Saturday, I do this to leave this in my will for them. I can't will a job to them. I can will them my books. That way they will get paid on that for as long as they live.
Right.
Because writing is immortal. Whatever you do, write it on paper, because whatever you write down can be passed on to the next. Okay? That the Bible said, write the vision, make it plain, so that when men read it, they can run with it. Mm-hmm. All right, so start doing that now. We didn't get up here for nearly 3 hours. Just be wasting time for you. As a matter of fact, it's 3 hours because this is what we love to do, and we don't have no time clock. This is all of our time. You understand? So you take the time and you do that. I want to thank my co-host, the Fitness King, Tracy Williams, everyone that's up here listening still. Y'all are crazy. Listen for almost 3 hours. But you know what, Chris? I appreciate it because I don't think people listen to you for 3 hours if you ain't up here doing nothing.
Right.
You know, so I appreciate it. What are your next events? Chris, what are your next events? Miss Amanda would like to know.
I gotta set it up. I don't have one set in stone yet. But you have one coming up, right?
Huh? Yes. Here on March 27th, Easter Sunday, I'll be speaking at, it's called Soulful Sundays. I'm here in Portsmouth, Virginia at the Gail Hart Performing Arts Center. And that's from 6 to 9. I will be guest speaker. And then I am currently working on my book, another book, the Determinator Mindset. But as of right now, you can find my work on Amazon.com. Okay? So that's what I'm working on. And then we will be back here. Thank you, Chris. We'll be back here.
I put the wrong link. I'm sorry. I'm tired.
I know, and it's time to go now. You know, we'll be up here next week talking about something. I don't know what yet. So that's how you end the show. But I thank you all for listening. Catch the replay and, share our broadcast. All right. We out, Chris?
Talk about your books.
Okay. Tracy's calling back in for a few minutes. Like I said, you can find my books on Amazon.com. I gotta figure out what.
I can hear y'all now.
Hey,
I just want to say bye. My phone. I had to run an errand real quick, and now this dude is parking beside me with this loud music. So just bear with me for a second, Lord. But anyway, yeah, I had to. I'm not driving. I'm parked.
Is he a hoodlum?
Huh?
Is he a hoodlum?
I don't know. You know what, man? It's hard to tell these days.
Watch. We got watch.
Yeah. So okay. So I was at home and my battery just went out, and I thought I had my phone plugged up. I don't know. So I said, well, I got to run an errand. Let me run an errand. So a few minutes ago, I tried to get you guys, but it was on my Bluetooth in my phone, my car. So it was doing something funky. So I just took that off. But now I can hear everybody. Yay!
Awesome.
And I wanted to say good night to you. I enjoyed the show.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. We enjoyed you too.
No, I don't like that light. Wait a minute. Okay, that's a little better. Yeah, I enjoyed the show.
Awesome. Glad you could make it, girl.
Yeah. Y'all
you back on.
Good show. Huh?
Have you back on for like a regular, like a motivational speaker.
Oh wow. That sounds good.
Yes, yes.
Sounds great. This is a wonderful platform. Got to keep it going.
We will.
That's right.
Got to keep it going because it's going to grow. It's going to grow and it's going to reach thousands of people. I got it on my page already. So, and you can come back to this, right? At any time.
Yes. It's
okay. Oh, that's wonderful. I love it. I mean, technology is wonderful.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, Blab is pretty good. It's pretty.
Yes.
It's pretty. It's better.
Love it. Creativity. Huh?
It's better than Periscope. What? Stay on 24 hours.
Right.
Yeah, but you on Periscope, you can save the video to your phone and you can post it on YouTube and other places.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's a good thing. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
You can take it on your phone. The hard show that are not showing, but it's on my phone, so I can share it at any time.
Okay.
Tracy,
Yeah, there's a yes.
we can't see you.
Are you serious? Y'all
No.
Yeah,
can't
I
see
think
me?
it said
Is
it's a
it
poor.
dark?
No, it went to audio. It said it's a poor internet signal.
Oh, well, maybe something's going on. So I'm gonna get on off of here. That must be my signal to get off.
Okay, I know, girl. We're gonna have you back on the show.
Okay, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It's a wonderful show. It's a blessed show.
Tracy,
I love it. Yes.
Tamika's in Virginia.
Oh,
Yes, ma'am. And you're in DC.
Maryland.
I'm outside of DC. I'm in Maryland. I'm maybe about 15 minutes from DC. But
What part?
I work in DC. And
What part
I'm
of
in the
Maryland?
College Park area.
Okay. Okay. My aunt is in Fort Washington.
Yeah, that's down. Yeah, that's down south. I'm up north, like going to Baltimore.
Okay. Okay. My children's father, he's in Lauren, Maryland. Yeah,
Laurel,
Laurel, Maryland. I think it
Hello?
froze.
Laurel. Yeah, I know. Sorry. It did. Okay, I'm gonna get off.
Okay.
All right, so if it's freezing up, that must be my signal. But I'm gonna get off. I will talk with you next time. Yay!
Okay, girl. We'll see you later.
Yes. Okay. Bye bye. Have a great night
Okay.
and a wonderful, wonderful tomorrow.
You too.
You too. You too, Tracy. You too, Tracy.
Okay.
Thanks so
All
much.
right.
Okay.
Thanks. Bye. Uh-huh.
Bye bye.
Bye.
People, and
All
also
right.
if anyone looking for a health coach,
Right.
if you're in the Atlanta area, a fitness trainer if you're in Atlanta, but health coach, whatever, you can email me, and my email we can start talking about trying to get you where you want to be at health wise. This is my email right here, and just give me. I don't want to give you my phone number, but just email me if you want to learn more about health coaching and what I got to offer you guys. And see, can we work as a unit, whatever. So I want to mention that as well. So email me, and then we'll exchange numbers after the fact. To me, you got something to say?
I'm just gonna put my email address and my new business number because I can be hired to speak.
Mm-hmm.
This is my business number that you can actually call me at and leave a message. I have to finish setting up my voicemail, but
Is it
I
Google?
want... Yes.
How did it work?
I actually love. I can tell you after the show, but you're gonna need it.
Google.
Yes. Google. It's called Google Voice.
Heard about it. Google.
Yeah, my sister helped me set that up today. She's a business person. You need this, you need that. Oh, my nails so cute. I finally put on fingernail polish. Anyway, but you know what, y'all? That is it. We are 7 minutes from being 3 hours. I am with the Terminator, Tamika Griffin, along with my co-host, Chris Henry, the Fitness King. I'm tired as hell now.
It's all good. I'm glad that people stayed on and listened to us for the last 3 hours. Thank you so much.
Yes.
And we'll be back next Wednesday at 7 p.m.
Yes.
To talk more about pursuing your dreams. All right.
Right. Okay, Amanda. Take my number down. I think I have the right number. I don't have my glasses on. Thank you. All right, Chris. Are we going to talk after later? I'm going to stop the recording. Good night, all, and thank you for listening.